Welcome everybody. We're finally back with a normal episode after 2 weeks off now, I think. So we had our mid-years and then we had a week off. So yeah, it's been a while. There is consequently a shitload to get through. So without any more fucking about, let's get T in. She's the first caller. So I will do that now. I'm going to pull her in. Here we go. Hello, T.
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you fine.
Oh, this is cool because I'm just on the laptop.
Oh.
Hello?
Hello. Is it broken?
No, because normally I have the stream on my laptop and then I use my phone to talk into. But now I'm doing it all on the computer. How clever is that?
Genius. Tech genius in the building.
Seriously, I'm getting there. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. I've been fucking about with my stupid soundboard all day, so fun.
I'm loving it. It's amazing. This is the best thing you've ever bought. I just know it. It's going to be great.
150 quid well spent.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Worth every penny, though. Seriously.
Oh, yeah, you know it. Just so I can shout ZEROBASEONE at people for free.
So if you press it now, I won't be able to hear it. Is that right?
No, I'll press it now and you won't hear it.
So press it now?
Just pressed it.
Oh, I didn't hear it.
Nothing for you. We'll figure out something for that, but in the meantime, it's a laugh.
So you could just play sound, like rude
I could just be here spamming what I need, and you wouldn't know, but I'm not doing that, so don't worry.
Oh my god. Yeah, please don't do that. So yeah, I just thought I'd do my update of where I'm at in my little K-pop time warp. Because some of you may know that I've started from the beginning of the original This Week in K-pop podcast, which was hosted by Stephen and Josh, and I started from the beginning and I've been working through them, so I'm in the middle of 2013 at the moment, which is 10 years ago, so it's been going quite well.
I think you're in 2014, aren't you? Because I think I just got to 2014 and you're ahead of me.
Let's see. Yes, sorry, I am now in 2014. February 2014 I'm in. So the sort of songs that have been covered this week is BAP's 1004 Angel.
Ian will be happy.
Lip Service Yum Yum Yum.
Where?
Pro C featuring Ailey, Love Hurts. Oh my god, Ailey has such a good voice. Crazy good. And Guyan's Truth or Dare.
Oh, great song.
Great song, but oh my gosh, Stephen is not kind about Guyan in this episode. And they just don't really love what she does. So Rain's I Love You. and Rain has just like released 3 songs like in the recent months. 30 Sexy. And La Song.
He'd just done them on the one I was listening to.
Yeah, so it's a really, really fun time, and there's lots of sort of shifts in terms of which groups are just becoming popular, and you know, the hosts like absolutely love like Sister and obviously Girls' Generation, but they're talking about how things might start changing, members dropping out, and what group were they saying? The girl group that some members had left and new ones joined. Was it 9?
Probably 9 Muses. They'll be around that time.
Brave Girls as well. I think that's been happening.
Oh, I think that was later, but whatever. It's probably them too.
Maybe they were just predicting it then. I don't know. But yeah, it's been really, really interesting. Really good time. I'm really enjoying it. So I feel like my knowledge is like starting to improve ever so slightly, because it does help a lot. But obviously, I'm still like very, very lacking in knowledge compared to most people here. So I do feel a little bit worried about covering important songs.
Don't be. Please don't be.
So I do sometimes feel like I'm not really very well qualified to talk about a lot of like bigger groups, especially very well loved older groups that have made comebacks and stuff.
It's just a dumb podcast on Twitch. It's not like an academic paper. It's fine.
It's true, but you know what K-popers are like, you know.
Yeah, but they don't know shit anyway, so fuck them. Like, most of them are ignorant. Only one fucking group, so who cares?
Okay, well, I'm a conscientious person, you know. I like to have my facts straight, and so whatever. Like, you know, I'm glad Gachi's going to cover EXO, because to be honest, I still only know Baekhyun, and I still only look at Baekhyun and Suho, and that's about it. All I know. So. She's better off covering it, even though I can talk about the songs and what I like and stuff. But anywho, I decided to obviously cover some big releases that have happened recently, but also there's this little trot song that that I've been absolutely obsessed with. I think Swither posted it originally, and I never in a million years would have come across this song. But it's by a trot girl duo called Two Sisters, but they're not sisters. They're just friends. Maybe not even friends.
Okay.
And it's called Love's Macchiato.
Oh, it sounds brilliant.
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
Let's get into it then, I guess. Love Macchiato. What a name. Yeah, here they go. Okay. T, do you love the macchiato?
Yeah, I love it.
Well, clearly so does everybody else here because it got minimum key to the city from everyone.
Amazing. I'm so pleased. I'm so pleased that everyone else likes it. And honestly, I'm so grateful to Swither for posting this song. This is what I absolutely love about our community, because how this song has brought me so much joy this past week or so. And like, how would I have ever like the title of it's not even in English, like, or even romanized at all. Like, I never would have found it. And
it's on like a random small entertainment label YouTube account. Like, this is the stuff you need help finding, you know?
It's just fantastic. Like, I am not a trot person. It's not something that's caught my ear, caught my eye in the past. Like, when things come and go, I'm like, yeah, okay, fine. Not sure that's really my thing. But this straight away was just like, wow, this is such a great song. And these girls are great. So they're not sisters, but they both have competed on like trot reality shows, competition shows.
Like Miss Trot or whatever it's called,
yeah, like Miss Trot World or something like that. And so I just think this song is an absolute banger. It's just fantastic song, and it's not like, it's trot, but it's also a great pop song to me.
That's the thing.
Yeah, like, I don't know if it's playing a little bit into my like we all know how much I love Eurovision, and I feel like it plays slightly into those sort of vibes, but also their voices. I love their voices. I think they sound great. Like, I love their vibrato, and they both got like, there's a nice little contrast of the two tones, because one of them's got like a slightly more mature, smoother tone. And I actually at times think she sounds, you'll hate me for this, but I actually at times think she sounds a bit like Summer Cake.
Didn't grab that, but you know.
and then the other one's got that more sort of cutesy tone, but the contrast of having them both in there is great. And I think they sing absolutely beautifully. Like, they're singers, like they're real proper good singers, and you can tell, and it's lovely. And oh my gosh, like, there's this little solo in there, and there's some like little bit of brass, but not, it's like catchy, but they don't overdo it, that it becomes cheesy. And I think the choreo is really cute, the way they do like the little coffee hand choreo, and it's like kind of sexy, slightly sexy choreo in a way. And like, I love how it's set in a little cafe. I just absolutely love it. It's proper catchy, feel good song, and I've been listening to it a lot on my like morning dog walks, and I'm just like, this is great. Like, and like, love is like, I don't even know what a macchiato is. Is it like a coffee mixed with something else? Like, is it like a latte with
God,
like, I don't really know.
Isn't it just like a fucking fancy espresso mostly?
I don't bloody know. I just
one of them is just like, there's so many different words for the same like fucking thing in the coffee world. It's like impossible to actually remember what any of them are.
I feel like it's a macchiato, like a latte with a bit of slight bit of chocolate in it. So I don't know.
And that mocha.
Oh yeah, I don't know then. But I think their outfits are kind of cute, obviously, like without being overly sexualized. Like, honestly, it's a great song. I love it.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I enjoy it. You clearly were listening when I put a fucking trot song on my best B-sides the mid-year, and then you immediately came with this.
Was that the because I remember the only other trot thing I've heard this year was that a guy who went solo from a boy group did trot for his solo release.
Icon.
Who was that?
Song from Icon.
So is that the one you put on your list?
Yeah.
Right. Okay, yeah, so I totally ignored that, but that didn't catch my ear as much as this did, because this is just a proper song. Like,
when I say you say cha. Come on. It doesn't get better. But yeah, this is, I maintain that like trot is best when it's like blurring the line between pop and trot.
Exactly. Yeah.
And like, this is doing that pretty perfectly. But the thing you always get with trot is you always get great singers, which is very nice, you know. In this world where quite a lot of idols now are not the strongest vocally, you go to trot and you're like, God, it's nice hearing someone that can actually sing. It's so refreshing.
Great, like, Even the way they come off the ends of their lines, the way they sort of like refine the ends of the lines that they sing, if you see what I mean, it's just so nice. I loved it. So
Yeah,
yes.
it's
Oh,
very
Gachi says
enjoyable.
it's like a latte but more foam.
Oh,
Brilliant.
there's already way too much foam in a latte.
Yeah.
It's just all milk. Yeah, I'm kind of with McBashty here, saying it reminded them of Kokosori and their pop trot songs, which I loved Kokosori. So, like, obviously this was going to work for me because I have missed them ever since they exploded. So, so like, this is a very nice replacement. Hopefully these girls can do more because this was very enjoyable.
Lovely. Yeah, I loved it. So brilliant. We'll definitely keep an eye out for them. So really glad that I could bring this song. Yeah, but moving on to the second one this week is gonna be I feel like NMIXX have actually they had another song after this, didn't they?
Yep.
Called Party O'Clock, but this is the one before. Someone else can do that one next time. But the one I'm gonna talk about is Roller Coaster.
Okie dokie, here we go. Roller coaster time. Okay, are you going down or are you going up, T?
Both. Literally, every time you ask me the question, I'm like, oh God, what weird, awkward question is he going to ask me after the video? Like, I'm just going to be like, not know how to respond. Yeah, so wow, they actually gave NMIXX an actual song. Yay! Yes. Yes. Yeah, so NMIXX is a group that I've just thought is I've honestly in the past just felt sorry for them Because I remember not long ago there was that showcase and all the kind of like new latest gen girl groups where they were all like on different stages all around this massive like arena, and they were all taking it in turns to do little snippets of their, you know, hits. So like Hive was there, the Seraphim was there, blah blah blah, Newjeans was there, and then they pan to NMIXX and they have to just do like a snippet of bloody oh, and I'm just like, this is so embarrassing for them. Like all these other groups around them that they're as talented as, if not more, and they just have to perform this rubbishy song, and like that, you know, when they work so hard and then they're like show their parents, oh, this is what I've been away from you like working on, and you know, here it is, and showing them songs like what they were doing before. It's just so sad.
Hey, look, all right, it takes a lot of work to get to washa blah 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 blah. All right, give it its due.
So like, I don't know what made JYP suddenly go, actually, let's actually give them a great song. But I'm just so glad that I'm so glad that he did, or they did, because they so deserved it. They are clearly so talented, but I would not have been aware of that. I mean, like Akio would always talk about how talented they were and great singers and blah blah blah, but I never would have like I took her word for it, obviously, because I trust her, but now I can clearly see it because they really are talented, and this is a lovely song. And already, you know, they've been performing this live, and I'm really impressed with their vocals, and I'm so pleased that finally they've been allowed to sort of actually show what they can do. Yeah, like this song is great. It's definitely my kind of song. It's got that like greasy backing track, and it's got such a beautiful melody. Like whoever wrote this melody, like well done. It's gorgeous, really lovely, really catchy. It's produced really nicely. I like the way they put little echoes of the vocals like put in there now and again, which is really nice. Yeah, there's like a couple of bits which were definitely not needed. Which was like at the very start having that stupid like murder voice bit.
You need a bit of murder voice, come on.
Why put that in so much at this like start? And then the other bit is like the rabbit and Alice and the beast and whoever else. Like that bit's just so weird because like, okay, Romeo and Juliet, fine. Beast and Beauty, okay, you're saying it the wrong way around, but I'll take it. Rabbit and Alice, like
I was like, that's not how that works.
Like they weren't a couple, like that wasn't a thing. Like not really. One of these things is not like the other.
You only get bestiality in one of those stories, come on.
Anyway, so that was the bit that was not needed, but fine. The rest of it is great. And Lily's voice definitely stood out to me as being fantastic. She's got such a great voice, and they just sound good. Like they've got different voices. What can I say? They're great. And this music video is nice as well. I don't really pay too much attention to it, but I do sometimes like I like quite choppy music videos where they put the chops in time with the beat. I think that's quite cool. And this music video does that quite a bit. And I'm quite a fan of that. I know a lot of people don't like really choppy music videos, but if they're going to go put it in time, then yeah, I like it. And I'll wait for someone else to talk about their most recent song, but I think I'm not really got into.
You can talk about it too. Like we don't necessarily have to do a call on that one.
Well, yeah. Well, I haven't really listened to it that much. That's why.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Yeah, because I've just been absolutely slamming this one in the way that.
I can imagine.
Yeah, you can imagine. So hopefully this is the way things are going to go. But it's interesting because like Moose saying that she has a friend who loves NMIXX, and they are so mad that it's gone this way, and they loved like they loved Dice.
Yep.
And now they're like not up for this.
I think there's going to be a lot of those people.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, because I mean, they had, like it or not, they had a niche. Like, that was their thing.
Yeah.
And now they are just every other girl group with this, but with better singers.
I know what you mean, but
like, I'm a total hypocrite, right? I've been saying, like, for ages, just give these girls normal songs and they will do amazing. And they've given them a normal song, and I'm like, kind of miss them being a punching bag, to be honest. Like, it was more fun when I knew what they brought out was going to be, like, horrendously bad. I knew I'd have something, like, funny to dunk on. But now I'm just like, what do I say about this? It's just, like, the same as everything else that's coming out.
I know what you mean.
It's the trend. Like, they don't really have an identity anymore.
But for me, like, I like this a lot more than I liked, for example,
it's your
Triple S
style.
Rising. Like, I'm not, yeah, but there's a lot of songs in this style that don't catch me. Like Rising, not bothered at all about that song. Would never play it. A lot of more like, you know, as we'll see, more recent Newjeans stuff, not bothered. Le Sserafim doing it, not bothered at all. You know, it's not. The song's got to stand out for me, like musically. It's not just because it fits the style. Like it's got to have something. Normally, like prettiness in the song normally gets me, you know. But like as in musical prettiness.
Yeah.
What am I talking about now? Just shut me up now.
I think for me, Solyun is the one in this group that stands out vocally. At least for me.
Which one's that one?
Fuck, how do I explain? Like, she's the one that gets treated like a visual, but she's also like a main vocal, basically.
When I watched the video that I think Akio posted of them singing it, performing it live, or maybe no, sorry, I watched.
It's showing the little intro on the stream right now. If you look, it will show Solyun next to her face. Yeah, that one.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Oh, right.
Because she has like she looks like she's gonna have like the worst like fucking little baby voice in the world. Then she actually sounds really mature, which I really like.
There's definitely I've obviously I can only pick out Lily at the moment, and it helps that she's the one with like pink hair at the moment.
Yeah,
but in terms of
she has a very identifiable voice.
Yeah,
it's not for me, but it's very identifiable.
But from what I could see in their performances, there's lots of good vocals in there. There's a good like 3 at least.
Yeah, they have very strong vocals pretty much across the board.
Yeah,
it's just when they can get them to stop doing fucking stupid sing talking, which they did in this song. To be fair, they did get them to stop doing that. But like in their other song, like there's some really irritating sing talky bits, and I'm just like, why is this here? You have like a group with amazing vocals, just let them sing.
I mean, honestly, in their other songs, that's the least of my worries. That's the least of my worries. But yeah, I know, I totally get what you're saying.
They could do like Mamamoo style shit. Like they're good enough to do that sort of thing. They're very, very strong vocally.
It's great to see, and I just can't. Yeah, I know what you mean, because maybe they could do, but at the end of the day, I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I know what you mean, but I'm glad they've got a good song. But yeah, you're right. They could do something different, but I don't know.
I think the song's fine. It just doesn't have like any identity to me at all. And like, I don't think it's like better than any of the other songs in this niche, really.
Yeah.
It just has better vocals on it.
All right. Well, shall we move on to the third one? I'm so sorry to just be here for so long today, guys, but we've got to get through some of these. We've got to get through, otherwise we'll get behind. So the third song I'm going to talk about is not necessarily the Newjeans song that I would want to talk about, because I really liked their Newjeans song, Newjeans. You wear new tee, new jeans, do you see? You wear new tee, new jeans, do you see? You wear new tee, new jeans, do you see? You wear new tee, new jeans, do you see? Which came just before Super Shy, which was like some Powerpuff Girls thing.
It's like the album intro, isn't it? But it's like for a single album, it's an intro. It's weird. Very short.
It's like, I think it's under 2 minutes. And it's not really got like a proper music video, but I much prefer that one. But yeah, I really like that one. But anyway, I'm not going to talk about that one. I'm going to talk about Super Shy by Newjeans.
Let's see if the I guess you can call them the originators of this type of sound, at least in the last couple of years. Let's see if they deliver. Here we go. Super Shy.
I'm super shy, but wait a minute while I make you mine, make you mine. 떨리는 지금도 you're on my mind all the time. I wanna tell you, but I'm super shy, super shy. I'm super shy, but wait a minute while I make you mine, make you mine. 떨리는 지금도 you're on my mind all the time. I wanna tell you, but I'm super shy, super shy. And I wanna go out with you, where you wanna go? Find a little spot, just sit and talk, looking pretty. Follow me, 우리 둘이 나란히 보이지? 내 눈이 갑자기 빛나지? When you say I'm a dream. You don't even know my name, do you? You don't even know my name, do you? 누구보다도 I'm super shy, but wait a minute while I make you mine, make you mine. 떨리는 지금도 you're on my mind all the time. I wanna tell you, but I'm super shy, super shy. I'm super shy, but wait a minute while I make you mine, make you mine. 떨리는 지금도 you're on my mind all the time. I wanna tell you, but I'm super shy, super shy. 나 원래 말도 잘하고 그런데 왜 이런지 I don't like that. Something about you, yeah, you're special and you know it, you're the top, babe. I'm super shy, but wait a minute while I make you mine, make you mine. 떨리는 지금도 you're on my mind all the time. I wanna tell you, but I'm super shy, super shy. I'm super shy, but wait a minute while I make you mine, make you mine. 떨리는 지금도 you're on my mind all the time. I wanna tell you, but I'm super shy, super shy. You don't even know my name, do you? You don't even know my name, do you? 누구보다도 You don't even know my name, do you? You don't even know my name, do you?
Okay, T, are you feeling super shy about this, or are you emphatic in what you think about it?
Oh my god, I wasn't ready. I was still just eating grapes. Like,
You're feeling super shy then.
I just like took all these grapes out of my mouth. Like, oh god. I'm ready.
Sure you
what
are.
was the question?
What do you think? Is it good? Is it bad? What do you think? Eat grapes, fuck's sake.
The thing is, I've put my grapes in the freezer because it makes a really cool little snack.
Bad idea.
And so yeah, it's hard to quickly get rid of them. So anyway, TMI. So anyway, this song, like I can't believe this is a Newjeans title track. Like, what
Is
a
it?
boring song. Well, maybe it's not. I
It
don't
seems
know now
really
anymore.
short.
Like, I don't know, because I get mixed up these days with pre-release and anniversary thing and something else and something else. And so whatever, but it's a release from Newjeans and it's such a non-state, like, not that every song has to be a statement, but it's such a non-statement. And I feel like things that they're doing, you know, it's nice to have one song like this, but everything's just getting a bit like low key, a bit too chilled, a bit too nothing. Like, you know, Ditto and OMG were slightly going that way, but that was okay. What they should have done after those two songs is come back with something a bit more punchy again. But instead, it's sort of like this downward spiral into more low-key, more chilled, more just kind of repetitive, almost like jamming kind of tracks. Do you know what I mean? It's just like fading into nothing now. And you know, yeah, this is a nice, inoffensive song that, you know, has some little catchy bits that the phrase might stay in your head and you could put it on in the background and do work or something or whatever. But that's not what I like want from Newjeans. I mean, come on, girls,
Yeah.
like you're taking the world by, well, not the world by storm, but you know what I mean? Like within K-pop, you're taking it by storm. Like, come on now, like don't just sort of fade into nothing. I mean, whatever song they did for Coke or whatever drink it was.
Coca-Cola 맛있다. Coca-Cola 맛있다. See you looking catchy. Here's a cola.
And then
that was
the
appalling.
Newjeans one, and then this one. It's all just merging. And ETA, which hasn't actually come out yet, but I've heard it because I've seen a performance of it, is literally exactly the same as this. Like, it's just all the same, low-key, chilled, like just little drum and bass track in the background, like little drum, not drum and bass, but like a little drum track, kind of some repetitive English phrase, and it's just not doing anything. It's just like, it's like they're like this, they've been this like steam train that's just lost steam and is just kind of rolling along now.
Yeah, this just tends to be how it is when you reach the top, doesn't it? You know, like you get the popularity and then you're like, right, now we coast. That's just like how it is, and this is Newjeans coasting. Like, I felt like nothing happened in this song, like at all.
I agree.
Like, it started and I was like, okay, sounds okay, and then it just stayed the exact same the whole way through. I feel like we hit that chorus like 8 times. It was like killing me inside.
What was the chorus? The chorus
when they
was
say
the
super shy, super shy, I was like, okay, we're still here. It's just never ending.
You know, even the choreo is just the same old stuff that they've been doing since like Hype Boy, basically.
Yeah, I mean, and also like, this is a 3-minute 20 MV. The song is definitely under 3 minutes, and I felt like I was sat here for a while. Like, I was getting bored towards the end of that.
Like, I feel like, you know, Newjeans now are just existing to exist as Newjeans, and then putting out music is just that's not really the main thing anymore. They are just Newjeans, they're idols, they're extremely popular, they're doing adverts and stuff, and then the music is just kind of, oh well, we better put out a song, you know.
Yeah,
they're so popular, they don't sort of need to. I sound like such a grumpy like and mean, but this is really how I feel.
Do you not think that what we're saying about this is reminiscent of how it was when Blackpink rose to the top and then coasted for ages? Because this is just how it is when you hit the top now. You stop making good music because you don't have to anymore. You just make any old shit, pump it out, sell millions, like, it's easy.
Exactly. I don't think I made the link to Blackpink because obviously they did it with just like a different style of song again and again, but you're exactly right.
I mean, even right, I know like their music was better, in my opinion at least, but when Twice were on top it was the same. Just pump out a million versions of What Is Love, you know, and then we're fine. Like, it's always the same. It's just how it is in K-pop. Once you hit the top, you stop trying. Like, yeah.
I think, yeah, I mean, definitely now you say it with Blackpink, it is basically exactly the same thing, because I think Blackpink were doing whatever, and then they did do, and then after that, everything was just, that was their downfall after that.
Yep.
And yeah, I think Ditto was like, and that would have been fine. Ditto was great, but then because Oh My God came shortly after, and that was very similar, I was like, uh-oh. And then it's just been like that sort of, you know, ever since. And what a shame. What a shame.
Yeah. They're not feeling like Newjeans anymore. They're feeling like stained jeans.
Yeah. It's just, maybe because also they should have looked around, and, you know, we've had this conversation before about, you know, Newjeans started this trend, and obviously that. And
Swither's not here. We can get away with saying this. It's fine.
Exactly. Like, maybe they looked around and saw that everyone else started to do this, which, yes, is true. That is true. But then surely then you think, right, well, let's change it up a bit and surprise people and you know, come back with something completely different, because so that we can be the trendsetters again. But instead they've just gone like, oh, everyone else is doing it. Oh, we'll just kind of, yeah, you know, we're still popular, so we'll just sort of fade away now. Where's the passion? Like,
because I guess you have the argument of like,
just like cashing a check, you know? Yeah,
well, that's kind of how it is, though, isn't it? Is whether you see it as like, whether you see kind of your attempt at getting big in K-pop as like a creative endeavor or a business endeavor. And like, if you've got a more of a business brain, you're just going to go, well, this is working and we're selling well, so we'll just keep doing it. But like, the truly great artists would look at it and go, no, I need to innovate, I need to do better stuff. But, you know, not every artist is like that, unfortunately. So then you end up with shit like this, and we're all quite bored by it. So just how it is. I like, they were always going to be a little bit against it for me because I just don't really like most of their voices. I think Danielle's the only one that I particularly enjoy what she does in songs. So they're always a little bit up against it with me. But yeah, this is just a very boring song.
Yeah, I mean, Bladed said it's TikTok music tea, which I mean, I don't have TikTok. I'm like not in. I don't have a clue about TikTok, but that him just saying that just makes sense. Oh yeah, of course it is. That just makes sense to me. It's just like made for people with like no, zero attention span, and just.
That's why they just hammer that 10-second clip over and over and over again, because that's the only bit you're going to be hearing anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
kind
frustrating.
Of scary, honestly. Yeah.
Just how it is now, unfortunately.
Yep.
50-50 didn't die for this.
Right?
Yeah.
So anyway, that's me. I'm going to leave and stop talking now. But yeah, great to be back. And please go listen to Two Sisters. And at least they're doing something a bit different.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Well, speak to you soon then, Diggy.
Yep, nice to chat to you. See you later, T.
Bye.
All right, and sentencing for that song, we got a position on the board, a key to the city, 2 night in the cells, and 1 short sentence, so we're pretty split. But slightly more negative than positive, Fun. Right, next caller is, of course, the one, the only, is Gachi. I'm going to bring her in. She's doing 3 songs, so this is a lot of slop to get through, but here we go. Hello, Gachi.
Hello, Diggy. What's up?
How are you? I'm doing fine.
I'm doing good. I'm just trying not to fall asleep after the last couple songs.
I think we all are.
No offense to T. We love T, and that was some really wonderful insight.
Oh, good. Yeah, they can't all be bangers, can they? Unfortunately.
No, unfortunately. Especially not in this era.
Usually very few of them can be bangers, but it's just how it is, It's the world we live in.
But surprisingly, I feel like this last 2 weeks or so has actually been really good. Oh yeah. For me at least. I've been having a blast.
Everyone's been releasing stuff. It's been mental.
Yeah, it's been really fun, and I think it's continuing until, it's just how summer is with the releases, so.
And then we will have 3 months of absolutely nothing pretty soon as well.
Yeah.
So that'll be fun.
Yeah.
But right now we're not looking at nothing.
No, we are not looking at nothing. We are looking at a new release. I know we released a whole episode about how much we love this group and how we were very worried for this release. So I think we can just jump right in here.
Yeah, let's do that. It's of course Teen Top, and it's their latest song, Hweek. So here we go.
Hweek.
Hweek. Okay, Gachi. How was Hweek for you?
Well, it was the highlight of my week for sure. It came out. I mean, I think we were all a little nervous about what they were going to release after losing members, after, being gone for 4 years and everything. So, but it was everything I could have asked for, pretty much, out of a current Teen Top release. I mean, you got the vocals, you got the fun summer jam of it all, incredibly catchy chorus. You got the choreography is great. I mean, I like that they didn't try to do too much, because I know they're a little older. They can't really be flapping their feet as much as they used to, but they did, I think, enough for what, the song was giving. And we got the Ricky train instead of the Changjo train this time. But, we have had a discussion about Ricky and how incredible he is at this point.
Oh, yeah. I think he's their main dancer now.
Oh, yeah. Especially, he's just putting, 110% into it when, he probably doesn't even need to. But I appreciate the hustle, obviously, as someone who enjoys performance mostly. But, yeah, it was all around a win for me, for sure.
Okay.
What did you think? Because you haven't said much in the Discord about it, so I'm interested to know your thoughts.
I'm always very purposeful about not saying much about songs, because I don't want everyone to be like, right, well, this is what you think of it when we get to the show, so I have nothing to say.
Very true. I just spew things out all over the place, because I always have opinions.
Yeah. It's not my favorite Teen Top song by a long stretch.
Mm-hmm.
It just does loads of things I don't really like. So, it's got really cheesy trumpets, MIDI trumpets in it. I feel like I'm watching some, low-budget musical or something with these cheap-ass MIDI trumpets. And, I don't love the, flips into falsetto in the chorus either. So that's, another red mark. I'm not a big fan of pop rock, which is kind of what this is going for at points. So it's just really not for me, I just want, when I get Teen Top, I want them as pop as you can get it. I want synths, I want fun dances. I didn't really get that, unfortunately. It wasn't what I wanted. But they can't all be what I want, And I'm getting some very
wild.
I'm getting some very unfortunate vibes from this music video, because this is two Brave Girls videos slammed together. Because I'm pretty sure they're on the same beach that Brave Girls went to for Chimat Baram, and then this city set, which is clearly a green screen, is almost the exact same as the city set from Thank You by Brave Girls. So I'm like, oh shit, are you going to rebrand to something else as well? And we're not going to hear from you for a couple of years.
They're going to be TT boys.
Yeah. The Titty Boys, that's them. They are the Titty Boys.
Oh my god, that is so funny.
As Moose is saying, I wouldn't know this was Teen Top if I wasn't watching the MV. It's very not a Teen Top song to me.
Oh, really? I feel like it is. I don't know. I don't know what kind of Kool-Aid I'm drinking, but yeah, no, it felt Teen Top to me completely, but...
Now, the only reason I can tell it's Teen Top is because I know their voices, but if I didn't know their voices, this could have been anyone.
Well, and I think that's something important to mention as well, that I'm very thankful that they didn't try to do some kind of god-awful processing to make them all sound different, because I think the highlight, when we've mentioned this a million times, that the highlight of Teen Top is their, especially Neil's unique voice. Yeah. So I'm very happy that they didn't, butcher it to shit, Yeah,
definitely didn't get 4th gen too hard. I was happy with that.
Yeah, and I mean, it's been fun for me, I think, just in general, just having a group that I love come back and actually put something out that I enjoy. They had the little, it's very pandery. They did, little bits of their old choreos thrown in there at the end. And I'm like, that's the move from Rocking. That's the move from Miss Right. So it's very, they know that they're playing to their fans. And, it works for me. It didn't work quite as well for you, but...
Yeah.
Whatever, you can't win them all. But for me, it was a surefire hit. If this would have come out before we did our list, it would have been on the top for me, because I enjoy it a lot.
Wow.
And good to point out that they do sing live on the music shows, so they're still doing that.
Not surprised.
I watched a music core performance or something, and it was really great, especially the harmonies, the back and forth between Ricky and Changjo, and then Ricky and Chunji, and then Neil comes in during like the verse there, and Chunji's been playing with some harmonies, and it just sounds really good. So I put a couple performances in things.
One thing we should complain about is Changjo decided he was going to be the rapper and completely disrupt the song. Like, what the fuck is that breakdown, man? Come on. Like, just do your train along the front and don't ruin the song. That's what we'd rather have.
I'm very, very grateful that they did not go full rap. Like, the first time I heard the song and they started going into that bit, I was like, oh no, oh Christ, oh God. And then it went into the chorus. I was like, oh, thank God.
I was like, is this going to be like a Super Junior house party moment? Because I really hope it's not.
Yeah, they really like try to choke us out on that one. I was like, no, thank you. No, thank you. But thankfully, it did not go full rap.
Yeah. I don't think that this song's like bad or anything. It's just like supremely not for me. For what they want it to be, it's fine, but I just don't like this style. So, unfortunately, it's not going on my playlist.
Oh, it's at the top of mine, which is fun because people have opinions, and sometimes it's fun to see where that lands.
Yeah, we'll be judging another list at the end of the year, I'm sure, from each of us.
For sure.
Oh yes, you know, the miss right move at the end of the video there. Can't help but love it.
Absolutely.
We're still John Cena all these years later. We love that. I mean, I like a lot about this. I just don't like the song. It's unfortunate. But, you know, everybody else seems to like it, so that's good. 2 position on the board, 2 key to the city, 1 free to go. That's pretty much as good as it gets, so well done, Teen Top.
Works for me.
Yeah.
And I mean, we guess we can move into the second one, which is another group that's coming back after a long, long time. Another group very dear to my heart.
Yep. It is, of course, EXO with their new song Cream Soda. Oh yeah, hang on, let me do that. You didn't hear it, but the stream heard that.
Oh yeah, perfect.
Got it. So yeah, let's do EXO's Cream Soda. Here it goes.
Baby, come closer. 입안 가득 퍼져. 처음 맛본 특별한 끌림. 이 자극적인 텐션 like a bottle of cola. 넌 탄산처럼 팍 퍼져 이미. 성이 다 마비된 듯. 사랑 앞에서 baby 자꾸만 비트. 까다로운 척 이리저리 재봐도 원래 몸에 해로운 게 끌리는 거 알지. 주체 못할 appetite. 내 모든 걸 뒤흔든 그 맘. I need all your cream soda. 너가 들수록 좀 더 달콤해져. 내 맘을 아주 쏙 빼놔. I need all your cream soda. 톡 쏘는 듯한 느낌 꽤나 부드러운 크림 섞일수록 더욱 진해져 babe. Baby go dumb dumb 머릿속을 shake it. 딱한 입에 난 이미 freezing. Give me that yum yum 맞질 않는 taste it. 날 사로잡은 달콤한 flavor. 달콤해 마치 bonbon dessert 한 모금들이 마신 순간 dumb dumb before 날 자제하려 시도했지만 조절이 안 돼. 맘보다 본능이 so fast. 이대로 멈출 수 없어 you know I gone get it. 주지 못할 appetite. 내 모든 걸 뒤흔든 그 말. I need all your cream soda. 너가 들수록 좀 더 달콤해져. 내 맘을 아주 쏙 빼놔. I need all your cream soda. 넘쳐나는 거품 fill it up. 부드럽게 채워 get it up. 벗어나기 원치 않아 뛰기로 번져가 love so sweet. 머리가 깨질 듯이 시린 너의 투명한 바닥 끝까지 자꾸 욕심나.
Okay. Gachi, do you need all the cream soda?
Oh, I need all the cream soda. Definitely. This is like, I mean, this is grown and sexy EXO at their best, I think. I mean, it's another group like waiting like forever for them to come back and then they hit. I think the reason I like this so much is because it feels like EXO doing an EXO SC song, which for the uninitiated is EXO's unit of Chanyeol and Sehun, and their music is probably some of my favorite of theirs, but I get why people are not into the falsetto bit, but it works for me. And I think if it was any other group trying to do a falsetto for that long, I would probably be like, get off the fucking mic. But you can't say no to Chen. Like, Chen can sing in any fucking range he wants, and it's gonna sound incredible. So I'm all for it. And I think it's kind of just campy and fun to run around screaming in your longest falsetto, like, I need all ya. It's so much fun. Oh, it's so fun for me. But yeah, it's a win for me, but I can see why it doesn't hit with everybody for sure.
Mm-hmm. You know, I used to think also that I couldn't be against Chen at any point, but yeah, this song changed that. It's just so long. It's like a full minute of fucking falsetto.
Oh,
like,
it's so good though.
You can't do that in a pop song. It just kills the song. Like, come on. If this was like, you know, I'll let Ocean from the Blue do that because his songs are like sultrier and like slower and, you know, R&B and stuff. But in this type of a song, I cannot deal with falsetto for that long, even with guys that are this good. Like, I didn't think I could have at any point where I was against the EXO vocal line, but this has proven that I can. I just don't want it. Like, even when people are great singers, like, that doesn't transmit to falsetto all the time, and it doesn't here. Like, they try to do, like, the big SM voice thing, where they just, like, mop everyone together in a big pile and make them sound really huge, but it doesn't work with falsetto, because falsetto never sounds huge. It's impossible to make it sound huge. So it just sounds, like, cacophonous and horrible. But maybe that's just me. I hate that part. I really hate that part. It really, like, grinds on me after a while. I'm just sick of it. Like, if it was like 5 seconds, I could deal with it. But it's like, it does that, and then you're there for like another like 40, 50 seconds. Like, is it ever going to end? My ears just get tired of it. Very, very tired of it.
Wild. Again, we're on opposite sides of the spectrum here.
I don't even like the verses either. That's the thing, because the verses is just like that, like, formula from a few years ago. You just have one really thick bass note, and that's like all the backing you get.
Oh, I love it.
And I hate that.
It sounds so good. Oh, it's so good. I mean, the first bit is really great. The second is probably my favorite, though, because I'm like a huge SC fan. Like, I love Sehun and Chanyeol and what they do, like, when they're bouncing off of each other, and that bit of them just going back and forth and into like the get it. It's so good for me. But I'm trash. I love trash.
See, Sehun and Chanyeol are pretty, like, frequently my least favorite part of the song in EXO songs, so maybe that's why I don't like this one so much.
Well, I think that's why I love EXO's. Like, I love every corny bit of what makes them work together. Like, you got the power vocals, you got the rap bits, you got, like, even dudes like Suho and Jumin, who are technically considered their weakest vocalists, but they add so much, like, depth and dimension to their songs. Maybe not this one so much, but if you, like, we talk about that fucking the killing vocals live, and just like how every single member plays a, like, really important role, from your main vocalist down to your sub vocalist to your rappers even. Like, if you cut any of them out, it doesn't work. And that is how K-pop used to be. That I think is what has made EXO so iconic for so long, is that it just all works together for them. Like, you can't, cut anybody out. Yeah,
that's the old school SM style. It's what their groups used to be. Like, like their groups used to feel like a puzzle where all of the like parts of it were like so bizarrely shaped you could never find something to replace it. Like, Like look at like their girl groups from back then, like FX or Girls' Generation. Like if you take anyone out of those groups and replace them with anyone else, it doesn't work because they're like very specifically tailored to each other to sound great in harmony. And like, yeah, you can't change anything out. And like that's not how groups are anymore. They don't really seem to factor in how people sound in harmony anymore, but they really used to in SM at least.
I mean, it was freaking insane listening to them do Mama in their like current registers, like all together in the harmonies. It was like baffling to me. I was like, nobody else can do EXO songs the way EXO can, and it's just like pretty incredible to watch, which is why I'm like really happy for this resurgence of old groups coming back and like doing things like Teen Top and EXO, and we're gonna have Infinite eventually, and it's just like it's nice. It's a nice shake up to all this bland ass, boring ass TikTok bullshit we're getting. So
true,
nice.
True. And although I didn't like this title track, I did like a couple of the B-sides. There's some pretty solid songs on this album. So my favorites were Love Fool.
I feel like a fool. Heavy on a man. What you want, what you want. 너만 fool. 가득 차는 맘이. What's going on? Give me that truth. Give me that. Give me that. Give me that truth. You made me a fool. 난 그게 좋을 만큼.
And Hear Me Out.
Hear me out. Hear me out. Yeah. 괜찮아 뭐 어때? Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. 망설일 필요 없는데. Oh babe, hold me close. 진정한 그만큼 서투른 이 잠시. 난 밀고 당기는 건 아니야.
I've been bumping those a fair bit since that came out. Those are very enjoyable songs.
Love Fool's very good. The whole album is really nice. It's like really like a comfortable listen from start to finish, which I liked. It's like, you know, there's not like one song that like kind of jumps in and disrupts the flow of the album. It's very good.
Very solid. So yeah, if you don't like Cream Soda, don't worry. The rest of the album's not really like that. You'll probably
But if
still
you
enjoy
love
it.
Cream Soda, you'll really enjoy the album.
Because it's just better than Cream Soda.
I honestly, sometimes I feel crazy because I just enjoy songs so much sometimes, and then everyone's like, well, this thing sucks. And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with me? What am I hearing? But I don't know if half of it is group nostalgia or if my taste is just weird, but I don't know, man. I'm having a great week. So it works for me.
You know, we got different alleys, all of us, you know, and this Cream Soda is very much up your alley. It's not up mine, but it's up plenty of other people's. It's a very evenly split vote for this song. We got a position on the board, we got a key to the city, we got a free to go, and we got a night in the cells. So at least they're all the top 4 categories. It's like skewing slightly towards positive. But yeah, it's just a bit of a polarizing song, really. It's a bit of a weird one. I think if we played some of the stuff off the album, that would be like across the board. Everyone likes it, but yeah, this just isn't that type of song.
That's okay. There's more Cream Soda for me, so
yeah.
I
Get
was
sugar
gonna say
drunk off
guzzle
that
it,
shit.
but I don't.
Guzzle it. Oh,
Guzzle.
oh, she's gonna say guzzle on a podcast.
It's fine.
Guzzle in, guzzle in, guzzle in. Is that fucking SF9 song?
Oh my god! Hey, that's a great song, by the way.
But let's guzzle our way towards something else, shall we?
Well, after you have a Hweek and you guzzle your cream soda, the next step in your journey is to put on your Air Force Ones. So.
This is a very interesting day we're having in this hypothetical universe, but yeah.
Yep.
Well, we finished guzzling. Let's get on with Odd Eye Circle's Air Force One. Here we go. Okay. Is it getting an Air Force One or an Air Force Go Fuck Yourself from you?
Oh, I'm lacing my sneakers up.
Oh,
as
you're
the
putting
great Itzy
your
once said.
sneakers on.
Yes. This is another one that is polarizing, and that for some reason it just really resonated with me. I don't know why. Again, I'm with everyone on that weird hyperpop filter over parts of their vocals that kind of is very grating, but thankfully it doesn't last long enough to really take me out of the song. I don't know what it is. Something about this is so catchy for me. I don't know if it's like the da-da-das in the chorus or what, but it's just that nice, comfortable slot of like mid-tempo kind of like, it's sultry, but it's not like, you know, full slow R&B. It's still got that like beat to it. I don't know. I like it. I don't know if it's me, like Odd Eye Circle is one of the only Luna things that I ever liked. I mean, a lot of their earlier stuff, like I liked all three of these girls' singles. Their stuff as OEC and like a couple of the other girls' like solo endeavors. But once Luna debuted as a group, it was just like dog shit garbage all the way down for some reason. So I'm glad that they came back together with them and Heejin, who I also enjoy, and under Jaden Jong's company, who I think is doing great stuff over there, thankfully. But yeah, I know it's not for everyone. I know this one especially is not for everyone, but I fucking loved it. I had a great time with it, so that's me though.
Yeah, so what was I saying the other week about how people had so much hype for Odd Eye Circle that there was no way in hell this could ever deliver? Was I right or was I right, people?
You're wrong, but that's okay.
For you only. Everybody else is quite nonplussed about this, but sure. Like, you know, when they came out with such like well-crafted pop songs before, and we come back with da 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 da, like what a fall from grace! Like what happened, girls? Oh, it's sad.
I mean, I don't know how well crafted the other ones were. I mean, they're good. They're really good. But I mean, it's the same.
I mean, some of those songs
shit.
are considered by a lot of people to be like some of the best songs ever in K-pop. Not me, but a lot of people think those songs are like some of the best of all time. Ain't no way in hell anyone thinks this is one of the best songs of all time in K-pop, man. It's not close.
Really, I really don't feel like it's that far off from what they were doing, especially like off
I don't
of
think
Sweet
this gets
Crazy Love.
anywhere near like Girlfront.
네가 좋아 난 cool 내 생각은 전부 바로 같은 Baby I'm cool 점점 뜨겁고 점점 목말라 점점 다가가 심장이 뛰어 cool 어떻게 말해도 이런 내 맘을 먼저 고백할래
You know, not even
Girlfriend is an
remotely close.
entirely different genre to me, which I think is different. This is kind of more in the vein of like, I think Sweet Crazy Love, but
That song's
I mean, at
way
the
better than this.
at the same time though, like I don't think they have enough of a discography to have like a full, I mean, I guess we'll see where it goes from here, to have like a stronghold identity, but because there was this and then there's like their solos, and then I mean, like if you lump Odd Eye Circle in with like Eclipse,
시작했어 Eclipse 가려진 그림자 속 너와 내가 마주 앉아 운명 속에서 일어나 서로가 이끌린 마음들이 밝히는 love 좀 더 가까이 다가와 This is Eclipse 눈을 떼기 힘드니 계속 함께 해줘 잊지 못할 Eclipse It's destiny
and Singing in the Rain.
Singing in the rain. Singing in the rain.
like, yeah, okay, then I probably would throw that as an argument. But I just don't think their discography is big enough to say like they have like the best songs in K-pop. But I don't know.
I mean, I don't think they have the best songs in K-pop, but a lot of people do. And like that album is considered one of the best, whereas I don't think we can really say that for what they've come back with this time. Like they got fourth gen pretty hard in this as well, which doesn't help.
I own Mix and Match, their first album, like the first press, and it does go for like hundreds and hundreds.
You
of
are
dollars
rich, yeah.
On the internet, because I'm like, well, maybe if y'all had gotten in at the right time when you should have, instead of being late as hell.
Maybe if you had not waited to see if the music was actually any fucking good, you could have got it.
Hey, I bought it after. I just bought it when it came out.
All right. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think... I think this title track particularly gives, like, the worst view of them that you could. I just think it's so, like... It's really messy. Like, the vocal production sucks ass because it's 4th gen. Like, it's just rough. There's better stuff on the album, or EP, whatever you want to call it, but, yeah, this is, like, not all that. But people are going to convince themselves that it is.
Or it just is for some people, but that's fine. I mean, I don't know. I think you're right about the album, though. I think it's same. It sits in the same vein as like the EXO album. I've kind of been listening to those together. It's the same type of vibe. It's like really nice to like put on while you're like taking a walk, or like to have on in the background while you're playing video games. I have to say, check out what songs did I save? Je ne sais quoi. And Love Me Like, very good.
Love Me Like is the one that I saved.
Oh, Love Me Like is incredible.
That one's pretty good.
Nice if that had gone an MV.
That should have been the title, but you know, we can't have nice things, so we got this instead. Yeah, I'm consistently. I mean, give them this, right? They stayed true to the Lunar legacy by consistently picking the wrong fucking title track. So, good job with that one, Jaden. Like, you definitely pulled that off. You kept up that. But that might not be the part of Luna that people wanted kept up. But yes, you know, polarizing song, as we keep saying.
He didn't, which is weird because he didn't produce this track, which it would be interesting to see, like, if he does, like, eventually do an Odd Eye Circle track, like, what that would sound like. But yeah, he definitely didn't do this one, which, I mean, I still like it, but it would have been very interesting to see what this would have sounded like if he had had his hand on it. I think he wrote the lyrics for one of the other songs, but he was very absent on the credits of the album for this one, so kind of interesting. Maybe he's too busy with Triple S.
Possibly. Who knows what's going to happen next with them? Which random 3 girls is he going to throw together and then say he didn't sell enough and disband? It's the most bizarre strategy. There is so, like, the strategy with that group just absolutely baffles me, but whatever.
Whatever, as long as the songs are still good. I'm staying outside of worrying about any of it. I'm just like, you know what, Triple S, let me just hear the songs when they come out, and then I'm not gonna worry about it.
Yeah. But yes, I think that pretty much wraps up Odd Eye Circle. Unfortunately. Just not much more to say about it. It's like, you know, you like it or you don't. I hate when songs get stuck in the same bit for ages, so the chorus was like gunshot to the back of the head for me. But some of you might be into it, unfortunately, or fortunately,
It was
more
nice.
like.
It poked at a nice part of my brain that is very good. I'll be at work and I'm just like Air Force One. So, I don't know.
Yeah.
It wheedled its way in there somewhere.
I don't have as high of a tolerance for repetition as most people do, so probably a lot of people will like this, but it didn't work for me. But yeah. That's Air Force One. I guess that will be the end of the call, right?
Yep. Sorry
But,
I brought 3 songs you didn't like, but that's okay.
Hey, come on, that's your job, Gachi. Come on, that's what you're here for.
Look, I'm just going to say that I liked all of them. I thought they were really great, and I'm sure someone out there is going to be on my side on this one.
But
so
hey, you
that's
also
fine.
brought 3 songs where there was also an upside to them. So, like, I'm fine with that,
Yeah.
you know. Like, you know, I might not have loved the Teen Top song, but I love seeing them back. I love seeing them doing variety shit, you know. They still dance great, sing great, all that stuff. Like, there's still good stuff to it. You know, I didn't like the Solid Circle title, but they've got a good B-side. Same with EXO. You know, at least there's stuff that I do like about them. It's not like usual.
Yeah,
I'm just in absolute despair at how bad K-pop is. You know, like it's better than usual
And at
this
least
week.
with like groups like Teen Top and EXO, it's like if the newer fans do see this and it is something that appeals to them, like hopefully it will be enough to get them to go back and look at their older works and, you know, appreciate the legacies that these groups have had. And God, we can only hope that, you know, you need to hear some stuff that came out before fucking 2020, please. Like,
Yeah, please.
track it.
Please. But either
So
way,
whatever helps.
thank you either way, Gachi. I'll let you get cracking on.
Alrighty, thank you for letting me torture you a little bit. It's always fun.
You're always welcome.
Bye.
See you later. Our next caller is, of course, Ian. He holds up the boy groups. You know, we talk about very, very somehow in every call, but we'll try not to do that this time. We'll see what happens. Let me pull him in now. Hello, Ian. Is it working? He's suspiciously quiet.
That better?
There we go.
Working?
I can
I
hear
forgot to
you.
hit the button.
Fair enough. How are you doing, Ian?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I am okay. You know, we're fine.
Okay. Yeah. Well, you know, that is what it is. So it's life sometimes, you know. That's been me the past few weeks on occasion. So, you know. But yeah, I mean, it's hot. That's my main complaint. But, you know, summer. So.
It's
But,
just absolutely cacked it down with rain here today, so opposite.
Yeah. Sorry. Okay. Huh. It's like oddly cutting in and out for me, so I'm sure it will be fine in a minute because Discord hates me.
Okay.
But if I don't respond to you, that would be why. But you know what you have to do with other people when you're sitting on Air Force One? You've got to have some small talk with them, right? It's like an inevitability. So that is the song that I've brought for us today, by none other than Kim Sungkyu or Sungkyu, however you want to say his name, of Infinite, which I'm sure we'll talk about more too later. So it's small talk.
I love your segues, Ian.
Glad someone does.
Okay, let's see what Sungkyu small talk is like. Here we go.
I've been running on adrenaline 더 빨라지는 호흡이 가빠 숨가빠 몸이 반응하는 걸 알지 아무렇지 않은 척하지 않아 Oh that's right 머리를 거치지 않고 나온 말들 You got me thinking selfishly 아무렇게 말하지 방금 뱉은 말도 난 기억 못해 넌 온통 날 지배하지 Let me know, baby please talk to me 어디로든 흘러가면 되니까 쓸데없는 말이 일단 뭐라도 좋아 내 안은 여동쳐이니 Gotta scream it loud Cause it's way too late to up and back down 난 필요해 small talk and conversations 밤새도록 small talk about where you 너도 알잖아 네가 얘기를 시작하면 가나다만을 보도 서사로 들리는 걸 빠져나올 길이 없어 너란 것은 약이 없어 I'm feeling crazy This is what you do to me 필터 없이 튀어나온 말들 You got me thinking selfishly 아무렇게 말하지 방금 뱉은 말에 의미는 없지 넌 온통 날 지배하지 Get it up baby give it to me 어디로든 흘러가면 되니까 의미 없는 말 난 오히려 좋아 내 안은 여동쳐이니 Gotta scream it loud Cause it's way too late to up and back down 난 필요해 small talk and conversations 밤새도록 small talk about where you've been I just came for the small talk and conversations I came for the small talk 끝나지 않게 Let me know You got me thinking You got me dreaming about you You got me dreaming You got me thinking about you You got me thinking You got me dreaming about you You got me dreaming You got me thinking about you 난 필요해 small talk and conversations 밤새도록 small talk about where you've been I just came for the small talk and conversations I came for the small talk 끝나지 않게 Let me know You got me thinking You got me dreaming about you You got me dreaming You got me thinking about you You got me thinking You got me dreaming about you You got me dreaming You got me thinking about you
We don't need the outro. Does Sungkyu have you thinking and have you dreaming about him?
Maybe I wouldn't go quite that far, but I do quite love this song. I mean, I think you said when you first listened to it, you added me in the Discord and said this sounds like an Ian song, and you're very much so right. I've been really, really enjoying this. This is probably my favorite song that's come out in this like little batch of good songs. But the one I'm doing later, I had more to say about for other reasons. So it's why I put them in this order. But yeah, I mean, I think it's really, really excellent. I love the guitar, the bit of funkiness, the bass guitar, a good instrumental break. It's never my favorite thing, but like it's well done in this song, I think. It's just a little too long, I would say. And it's Sungkyu, even though they put a weird filter on his voice during the verses, I still hear his voice. I wish they got rid of it, but you know, you can't have everything nowadays, apparently. And his voice still comes through despite the filter, unlike, say, 4th gen boy group vocals, who you can't hear anything distinctive about when they do that to them. But his voice is just so recognizable and has such an interesting timbre that I think it works, even if I wish it wasn't there. And the chorus is catchy, and a little bit at the end of the chorus is catchy without being too repetitive or the only thing going on. A la that NMIXX Love Me Like This song, or even the Newjeans one earlier. So, yeah, there's a lot that I enjoy here. I have a feeling you don't love this song, but yeah. So.
What could have ever given that away?
Yeah, well, your face and the type of song that this is.
Yeah. I mean, when, like you know, I moan about 4th gen vocal production all the fucking time because I fucking hate it, and it's like a crime against music. But like, at least usually they're like fuzzing up a blank canvas, whereas this time they're fuzzing up like the fucking Mona Lisa of K-pop voices. And like, I'm like, what are you doing? Like, Sungkyu's amazing. Just leave it alone. He's so good. Why'd you have to fuck up his voice with this stupid wavy ass filter? Oh, I will never understand who is thinking that's the best idea to do.
I mean, I agree with you totally. Of course,
I just want to punch everyone that does that in the fucking production studios, you know? I just want to go in there and watch them put the fucking filter on and just punch them clean in the nose. Just to stop it happening. I'm just sick of it. Every time there's a half-decent song that comes out, there's some fucking idiot putting some awful filter over it that makes it sound like they dug it out of a bin bag. It's fucking terrible. What are they doing? Like, what is wrong with the human voice? It's fine as it is. Like, people train for years to be good singers, not to fucking get this stupid filter over it. Oh, it drives me mad. Like, the song... It's obviously not my kind of song, right? Like, I don't love these, like, light guitar pop songs, you know, this is not my style.
I know it's not for you anyway.
Yeah, it was never really gonna be for me, but that was like, yeah it's definitely not gonna be for me if they fuck it up with this stupid-ass filter.
Yeah. I mean, I get that. I like it a lot more now than I liked it on my first listen because of that filter, I think.
Yeah.
Like, I remember when I first stuck it, I can't remember what I said when I first stuck it in the Discord because I accidentally double pasted the link to it. So I, like, deleted it and then, like, responded to someone else. But that being said, I think... it wasn't like my favorite off the bat, I think, because of that vocal processing, which is just, I share your frustration with, particularly when it's, vocalists like Sungkyu, like, no reason to do that. But at the same time, I love the other elements of this song, which obviously you don't, so it does enough for me that I quite enjoy it. I mean, there's not a ton to say here. It's a pretty simple, like, pop rocky song with, you know, guitar and bass guitar and, you know, that little part that he now does TikTok challenges for at the end of the chorus, which at least doesn't annoy the crap out of me when I see them show up.
Is that why we hear that part like a trillion times in the song?
Probably.
Because that was my other main complaint about the song, is that just is like,
the thinking
cannot
about you
escape
part,
it.
Yeah. He's doing little TikTok things with that. As Gachi's saying, she's fine with it because there was one of him and Neil from Teen Top. But
I don't care who's in those challenges. I just hate them. It doesn't make any odds.
I do too, fundamentally, because it's messing up music. The TikTokification of music has made it so much worse. Just think about how much worse K-pop has gotten since TikTok became popular.
Oh yeah.
So, but that being said, I really liked this album.
Oh, okay.
And I'm not sure you would, because it has a through line of the way this title track sounds in the album. There's one ballad that I didn't like because it was pretty boring. But I saved the other 3 songs. So if I had to recommend any, my favorite is called Sometimes. I think it's the last track on the album. It's like if this song didn't have any of its problems, really, in my opinion, almost. Like, there isn't the vocal processing. His voice just comes through clean. It's a little bit different. It doesn't have that, like, TikTok-y bit. So,
probably
if you like this type of song, or even if you're wanting to hear Sungkyu, that's the one I would plug. I'd also plug Go Again. I also really liked. So if you had to give 2 a listen from the album, I'd say Sometimes and Go Again. But I think the album's worth a listen. I mean, there's only 2 other songs beside that, and I added the other one. It's not the ballad. So
yeah,
I think it's worth the listen.
I think my enjoyment of Sungkyu is kind of similar to what Gachi was saying, is when he gets emotional. I really like it. Like when he gets kind of intense, like do you remember his song Control? I liked that one quite a lot.
Yes.
when he
Okay.
gets into that kind of space, I really like it. Is there anything like that on the album, or is it all kind of like this?
I was listening to the ballad on a plane, so I wasn't paying super close attention to
Fair.
it, so I can't remember if it was like that or not. I remember it being good. It just wasn't like, I don't think it was like Control though.
I mean, not everything can be Control, but you know.
If anything was emotional, it was the other B-side I saved. It Will Be.
It'll be okay. 기도해 all day. 단지 바람이 거라 믿어. It'll be okay. 간절한 그때 미치도록 평범한 그때의 나.
But I'm not gonna, don't quote me on that because I can't remember it well enough, because I only first listened to this album like this week, so it's a bit fresh for me still. So forgive me if I'm entirely off base with that, but you know,
Yeah, no problem.
still think worth the listen. And since we're here, speaking of Infinite, they will be releasing a comeback mini for the first time in ages on the 31st, also the day I start my adult human job. So, you know, things lining up for me, I guess. No Sweet Tune production, though, which makes me nervous. But
If it sucks, we're all going to be very sad.
Yeah.
This is like the one group that everybody in this community really likes.
That's true. You're not
Like
wrong.
the only one.
So I'll be nervous about that until I didn't have as much, you know, I like Teen Top, but I didn't have as nearly as much at, you know,
Yeah.
in the basket with them. So I'll be worried about this song until it comes out. The bright side is this is the best Sungkyu solo we've gotten in a long time, so maybe some good energy will carry into the Infinite release as well, because I think a lot of the stuff he'd done lately was kind of boring, even if I liked it in
Yeah.
a passing sense. This is at least more there.
I guess my hope is that Infinite bring the tension, because tense Infinite is best Infinite.
You're not wrong. Yeah.
Bring the drama, you know, bring the passion.
Yeah.
That's what I want,
The
Infinite.
drama, layered vocals, like
Strings, like
Yeah.
bring it all.
yeah,
I'm
exactly.
here. I'm here for it.
Exactly. So I didn't recognize any of the producers on the album, except one of the B-sides is by Bliss, that like old Woolham in-house dude, or not
Oh,
in-house,
okay.
but did a lot of internal Woolham stuff and has done some good stuff. So, but a lot of English names, which is always scary
Yep.
on the tracks. So we'll see. But that's something on the horizon that we can all at least be anticipating. Whether we're excited or nervous for it, it's a different issue.
Yeah.
But, it's something to keep an eye out for.
I'll have to work out when we do their special.
Yeah, 'cause
But,
we'll obviously have tons to talk about.
Oh yeah, plenty of us have a lot of love for Infinite, so we'll definitely do a special on them. But either way, let's move off of them onto
Move on.
your
Yes.
most anticipated release in ages, as far as I can tell.
Quite possibly. I'm not going to think of a transition for this one. I was going to, you know, try to come up with something out of thin air, but
Oh, I was anticipating it.
it's not happening. I was going to say something about like, you know, while you're having your small talk on the plane, you can get a view of some flowers that are in bloom, perhaps. I don't know. That's the best I could come up with. You know, so I saw lots of flowers in bloom hiking because I was somewhere that was cooler still. I don't have anything for us. But as you hinted at, this is a group formed on a show that produced 2 songs in my top 10 for the mid-year, which is quite a feat in a lot of ways. So, of course, that would be ZEROBASEONE, JB1, ZB1, ZB1 if you're you.
Yep.
With their debut song, In Bloom.
Yeah, here we go. In Bloom, let's go.
아침이 와 어제와 달라진 눈부신 light 눈을 뜨면 움츠렸던 꽃잎은 피었나 가장 아름답게 세상을 다 운명조차 change 향해 on my way 놓치지 않게 chase Yeah it's all because of you 난 그저 모르는 채 반복해 day after day 결말은 변함없대 또 난 달려갈게 난 믿어 내 안의 face 모든 게 변해갈 때 내가 장 눈부신 지금 너에게 줄게 My day 시작과 끝은 너 너에게 줄게 흔들리지 않고 피어나 꽃은 없어 너도 알잖아 오지 않은 내일은 생각 안 할래 너만 생각할게 그저 아름답게 세상을 다 물들여도 영원한 건 없대 결국은 모두 시들 테니 난 운명조차 change 내 향해 on my way 난 그저 모르는 채 반복해 day after day 결말은 변함없대 또 난 달려갈게 난 믿어 내 안의 face 모든 게 변해갈 때 내가 장 눈부신 지금 너에게 줄게 My day 시작과 끝은 너에게 줄게 힘겹게 뜬 내 첫걸음이 떨려온데도 멈출 수 없어 for you and me 널 향해 매일 더 달릴수록 멈출 수 없어질걸 알고도 겁없이 뛰어들어 더 깊이 빠져들어 네 입술 끝에 그 비움만 내 영원히 지지 않게 불러줄래 cause you're my way Come on 난 그저 모르는 채 반복해 day after day 결말은 변함없대 또 난 달려갈게 I'll give you every verse 처음이자 마지막 love 내가 장 눈부신 지금 너에게 줄게 My day 시작과 끝은 다 내게 줄게 Cause of you Yeah it's you
Yo, dog, heard you like 4th gen vocal processing, so we put 4th gen vocal processing on your 4th gen vocal processing. What the fuck was that?
Okay. Before I knew you were gonna take on me for this song. To get the obligatory pun to do with this song out there. Yes, I am totally with you on that. That's my main frustration with this song. But I really love what they did with the synths and the chorus. And I think they ended up making a chorus that's quite catchy and I remember very, very well, and kind of draws you in, but not overly so. Yeah, I like the through line of this song. I like the melodies. I like everything that's happening, minus the vocal processing. And yeah, I'm just really enjoying it overall. That's the sense I'd give for this one. But I know you're mad at the vocal processing. And to be fair, so am I. It's so odd, too, some of the choices they've made here, as much as I do like this. They leave the members who are not as good at vocals less processed and turn it up for the dudes that are good vocals.
So this guy who did this production really is just a complete fucking idiot then. Like I suspect of all of them that do this.
It cut out for me.
Oh man, now I got to insult him again. So I was saying, like, the guy who did this vocal production really...
And it cut out again.
Can you just sort your fucking connection out? What is this?
Sorry, that's so funny that it happened twice.
I can't redo the same sentence 5 times, mate. Come on.
I don't know what you want me to do. The Discord thinks my Wi-Fi is weak right now for some reason. Okay. One last time, otherwise I give up.
Okay.
Sorry.
For the third and final time,
Yeah.
the guy who did this vocal production really is just a complete fucking idiot then.
Oh yeah,
As I
absolutely.
suspect they all are.
1,000%. 1,000%. So I don't know if you'll remember, because it's kind of hard to obviously on a first listen to the song, and I know the dudes. The chorus they process a lot, which is probably their two lead vocals, P1 and P2 of the show, Junghao, or Sunghao, however you want to say his name, and Hanbin. You can hear Hanbin more because his vocal timbre is a little bit more noticeable, like it's a little bit more unique, so it comes through kind of like Sungyu's did. And their main vocal, who they give very few lines for him being the main vocalist, really. They haven't assigned them positions, but like, come on. They give him the like, how am I forgetting the word? When you sing high notes at the end, why am I forgetting the word for this?
Ad-libs?
Ad-libs. Like, he has the ad-libs. So they've assigned him the main vocal role, more or less. He just doesn't have as many lines, probably because he was, like, not as popular. Sings, like, a bit of the pre-chorus, like the first bit of Like It, but it's vocal processed to all crap, and you can't tell it's him, which is just really annoying. Because then they leave alone a few of the dudes' voices, who I think do a good job in this song, to be fair. I noticed in particular with Gyuvin and Yujin, who like they're okay, but they're not like vocalists or anything in the way that those three are, and they leave their voices mostly alone, so you can hear their timbres come through, which I just think is I'd rather it not be produced it be produced that way throughout, but I just don't get why that's the particular choice that they made. So
yeah. It sometimes feels like the person doing the vocal processing is just like a rogue AI that's like all the reasoning has just been unprogrammed from it, and it's just pure random what they do. Like,
I agree.
There's no logic to any of what they do with vocal production anymore. Like, they'll get like the most vocally talented group ever and be like, right, let's drown you in fucking production so you can't hear anything. It sounds like all of your fucking voices are getting like flattened into a box and fought by a robot. Like, it's just shit. Like, I cannot enjoy songs like that. I just cannot enjoy it. Like, the human element of K-pop is very important to me. So when you get this fucking robotized bullshit like you get in this song, and like I listened to the album as well, and I think there's a song where it's even worse than on this, from memory. And like there's some aggressively bad fourth gen vocal production on this album. Like, some of the worst I've ever heard, from what I remember.
끝이 없이 이어져 또 새로운 길이 돼 각오는 됐지 It's alright oh, Tell me is it real Real Tell me is it real
How am I supposed to know if these guys are any good or not? Like, there is no way of judging. There's no point where you can see what they can do. This could have been sung by a bunch of AI, and it would have made no difference.
I mean, there's not a ton I can say. Like, I mean, as everyone knows, I followed the show some, and, kept up with some of those things. Like, I didn't, really follow it because I didn't want to get invested in a produced show, as I've talked about before, even though technically it's not produced. Big deal. It's the same thing. It's Mnet. So I've seen some of the other things that they can do. They also did, this, which is, Gachi sent it, and I had a good time watching it before I went to bed last night. It was very funny of them doing, some, challenge thing where they did a free frame for pictures, but they were singing through the song while they did it, and it sounded so much better than this does, which is so frustrating because you know that they can do it, because that was just, for a comedy bit, and they were singing really well. Maybe there was a little bit of production on it. I don't know. I don't know if they mixed the show slightly, but it was excellent, right? And it sounded like their voices came through. It sounded good. And as Gachi said, that she first listened to the live version of this, which was dubiously live as things are nowadays.
If it's live, it won't be live.
It wasn't It's Live. It was from their debut showcase. But still dubious. But at least Tere, however you want to say his name, because I'm doing a bad job all around with them. when he did his ad libs and stuff, was like powering through somewhat the track / the mixing that was going on, and sounded good. And he's, you know, the main vocal, so he should. But like, it definitely grabs the attention. And again, they definitely have 3 vocalists who are well above the bar for 4th gen boy groups, which is why it's kind of disappointing.
Not that you can hear it.
Yeah, which is why it's somewhat disappointing, the decisions that they've made on this song, and I agree on the album at large. But that being said, I still am really enjoying this song and this album. I share the frustrations about the vocal processing, but it's not as much of a like big immediate no for me as it is for you, which I think has always been the case when we've talked about songs like this. Like, I'm also much more good with the Gravity stuff than you are, even if I share the complaint about it and things like that.
Yeah. For the record, we should apologize to Gravity, because they are no longer the worst offender for this.
I disagree. I still think it's
this is way worse than any Gravity song's vocal production.
I don't think so. I disagree with you, Diggy, on that. I actually think the Gravity ones...
I've not listened to as much Gravity as you, clearly. I'm thinking of title tracks only.
But there also isn't, in Gravity's case, like, I still get some of their voices through here. Gravity just blends into one blob for me, because I don't know... Like, both I don't know the members, of course, but also, like, none of them have distinctive voices.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter if these guys have distinctive voices, because you can't fucking hear any of them. They're just stuck in a box.
I don't know. You still kind of can, though. Again, the dudes who aren't the vocalists come through. Sorry, gachi.
I think this is how I always feel when these fucking produce groups come out, because people that watch the show are like, oh yeah, they're such talented guys, I love their voices, and then I'm like, you can't hear any of it. Like, as an outsider who didn't watch this show, I have no idea what any of these guys can do, and I still have no idea what any of these guys can do, because we didn't hear a fucking jot of it.
I mean, again,
it's an absolute hacksaw job of this production. Like, it is terrible.
I still think... I mean, I agree, but I still think quite a few things come through, and I still like this song. Like,
what's frustrating?
I mean, I gave it a position on the board. It's just like, it would be like, you know, Bounds and Leaps even better if it didn't have it, obviously.
Yeah, what's frustrating is that, like, there are bits of this song that are pretty well written. Like, the chorus has, like, pretty cool synth choice, pretty good melody, but it's all completely ruined by this production, like, in every respect. Like, anything that could have been good there is, like, smoothed over and ruined. It's just so sad, because this could have been a good song, but they just refused to let it be a good song.
It doesn't do the same for me that it does for you, obviously, and as I said earlier, that's kind of been the case with a lot of songs for us. But to kind of, like, with the chorus, again, the melody, the synth choices, maybe the best sample in K-pop we've heard in a very, very long time.
What's the sample?
It's Aha's Take On Me.
Oh, did not clock that.
But, like, it's very well done. Because they take... Is
that just the synth lines going up and down the chorus? Is that
I believe
that
so.
Can't be a sample.
That's what they called it, or at least the media was calling it before the song came out.
Dude, come on, Snooper's Platonic Love is way more of a sample than this could be.
Yes.
And they never called that a sample.
Go listen to Snooper's Platonic Love, everyone.
Yeah, absolutely.
Outstanding song. And what this song could have been without the vocal production. Not that any of them are song-ill.
And if they gave Sangil all the lines.
But, you know, some great things going on here. I mean, I share your frustration with the song, but I do really like it. I think the good in it overcomes the bad vocal processing. I just hope we don't stick with this.
I just want to know who it is
But
that
I
is
have
in
no
these companies who is deliberately sabotaging all of these acts by putting this garbage fucking processing on and hiding their talent.
Yeah, I mean, they've broken like debut records in terms of how many albums they've moved, so it's not
Because
like
it's all about the
that's 'cause they
fucking
were-
show. It's nothing to do with
Well,
it being
yeah,
any good or
it's all
not.
about the show. I agree with you. But we'll get to the album in a second.
Stop giving these people money, please. Just
I'm buying
fucking
the album.
buy
I'm
what's
so
good.
Sorry, Diggy. I'm so sorry because I do like this album. Even though I share your big frustration with the vocal processing, like if they keep doing this in and out for 2.5 years, it'll get old. But it's the first time, so I'm not gonna.
It's not about getting old. It's just so inherently terrible, like what they've done here. Like,
Yeah.
I just can't imagine being okay with this.
I don't disagree, but there's so much to this song that it gets past it for me, personally. Like unlike the Odd Eye Circle song, where there's not enough going on to get it past that hyperpop filter. So,
can we take the hyperpop filter and the 4th gen filter out back with a shotgun and say goodbye, please? Please.
I'd love that.
Please.
Particularly before the Infinite release.
Yeah. Oh god, if they do it to Infinite, I'm out. I'm done.
Yeah. So regarding this album, which you said you gave a spin and didn't like because the vocal processing, which I'll give a couple of shouts because I liked every song off this album except the one track, which is kind of an intro but also a song. It was a weird choice. I'll plug my favorite song off the album, and it's disappointingly short and has the best production with regards to that, is Always, the 6th track, which is Jung Hao, the number 1 of the show's solo song.
Always 나와 같이 걸어줄래 always 서로에게 발을 맞춰 함께 걸어가 설레는 너와 내 발걸음 늘 지금처럼 always 단 하늘의 별들처럼 always 같은 자리 같은 시간 속에 넌 언제나 네 곁에 있을게 always always hey.
I just really like the melody of it. I think its voice sounds good. And the song that I liked the most of everyone's was And I.
쏟아지는 like and I 그중 하나는 내 거야 oh my 너만 모르나 봐 월화수목금 don't we like this Look at me 보이니 내 맘 키는 제법 끝난데 점점 작아져만
Which reminded me a bit of the song that I liked from the show, Say My Name. It's not as good as Say My Name, but has some of the similar kind of style and good things about it.
Gachi's just reminded me that they have a song called New Kids on the
New
Block.
Kids on the Block, yeah.
That's the band you want to be evoking when you're new, you know.
We're going straight to the top 감출 수 없는 vibes We're the new kids on the block 회색 비디 거리를 전부 뒤집어 놔 We're the new kids on the block
Yes, guys, let us remind you of this washed-up old boy group from like what are they, like the early 90s or late 80s? Fucking yonks ago.
Yeah.
Known for not being talented.
Wow.
Fun.
But I did find that song cute as well. I also liked the other track as well that I didn't mention. But I don't want to make you put it into the show, so I'm not going to say its name.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'd recommend giving this album a spin too. I think in terms of the Sungkyu album's probably better because it's Sungkyu. But I also really liked this one as well. And that being said, with this group, I'm just glad to be enjoying a new boy group in the way that I have been for the past little bit. Like, Gachi and I have been sending each other clips and stuff and chatting about things, and they're just really fun. I know that's going to frustrate you because you didn't like any of this. But I liked the album, and I liked what I've seen from these dudes in terms of, you know, what they can sing. I'll throw the thing that I'm referencing, that the like kind of challenge thing where they sang, into the show references, so everyone can give it a look just to see kind of what their voices sound like without the filters. But I thought that was fun, and they were funny. They did some things on their YouTube that I watched on, you know, a plane the other day that I thought were pretty darn good. They're just already joking with each other and messing with each other about stuff, which particularly for a survival show group, let alone a brand new boy group, you know, usually that takes some time for people to get into the swing of variety and stuff, is quite good. Yeah, I recommend checking out some of their stuff if you liked this song and liked this album, because I think they're doing a really good swing of this stuff around the circuit. And I'm glad to have another group to at least latch on to temporarily, with your reference you made earlier to very, very and continuous disappointment, or at least, you know, at some level for the past little while. So yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to plug here. Just check out this album and check out some of the things that they're doing. I know I'm not going to be last, but I did want to throw out some positivity things that I missed a while ago with one of my calls. Just very, very quickly, I'll kind of speed through it. I have to scroll back in my playlist, though. Okay. So there was a song by a dude called Handam called Maze.
Don't treat me better like 완벽하진 않아. 넌 나를 사랑하잖아. Yeah. Don't tell me you are lying. 더 망치지 않아. 날 위한 running a man in the mirror. Pray for you.
That was kind of synthy and nice. Kind of reminded me, and they're not going to be as good as this, so don't get your hopes up, Diggy, of some boyfriend songs. But, you know, it has some of those synths and some of those sounds that were in some of those really good boyfriend songs back in their peak. Plugged the B-side Champagne, which was on my mid-year from Kim Jae-hwan. I think that's the best song off that album.
You can open it back what you wanna do. No complaint, just pay if you wanna do. 진짜 풀려버린 눈. 네 멋대로 groove.
There's this girl named Shim Jin. I'm reading her name off of Korean, so apologies to her. And the song's called You're My Star. It's like a Dreamcatcher song from like their debut year. What I describe it as sounding like. So if y'all like early Dreamcatcher, give that one a listen.
캄캄해 고요한 슬픈 밤 하늘에 네 얼굴 떠올리다 보면 희미한 하늘에 네가 반짝여 세상을 덮어 자꾸 보고 싶어져 You're my star.
And then there's this soloist dude named B.O. What an awful name.
Oh yeah, good old B.O.
Our
boy Body Odor.
Can I Love You?
Wait for it outside when the sun goes down. 8-9, 9-8 over. My heart is gone empty, electrified. Okay, you got me so bad. I cannot let it go away. I'm gonna get back what is mine. Camouflage every night back to my life.
And I thought that was really fun and nice as well. So
I like his song Love Me.
Now I say I love you, so I love you. Now I say I love you, now
but I don't know Can I Love You.
Very similar names.
Yeah.
Great, always great when the song names are too similar. So yeah, check out the Sungkyu and this album by ZEROBASEONE, of course. Yeah, I mean, I hope they do better stuff and drop the synth, because I'd like to hear Taere's voice, Hanbin's voice, since it's kind of somewhat unique. I'll give Hanbin a shout out because Gachi loves him now. And the old dude who re-debuted that we mentioned before, Jung, who is in several failed groups, so at least he's getting a shot around this time with this. And plus to them, no rap. There's a sing-talky bit, but there's no rap. So I'm glad they didn't force one of these dudes who none of them are rappers to become a rapper.
I'd take a rap over this vocal production, though.
I mean, I would too. I agree with you, but I'll still take little victories. So
congrats to them. Hopefully next time they come back we can hear that they're human, but let's not get our hopes up too high. Let's see.
Yeah, well, we'll have to see. I mean, it's always about kind of hoping at some level, but I'm enjoying it, so let me enjoy something for once. That's where I'll leave it off.
Yeah, go ahead and enjoy it. I'll keep calling out what I hate, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
Glad you're enjoying it.
Don't change. So,
glad you're enjoying it anyway. And yeah, I'll talk to you later, Ian.
Well, I'll talk to you later as well. Bye.
Bye. Okay, my final caller for the day is, of course, the big one. Singing man, owl man, you know who he is. It's Swither. I'm bringing him in. Here we go. Hello, Swither. How are you?
Cream soda. Cream. I mean, how you doing?
I'm okay.
8 songs, huh?
Yeah. I think I've liked one of them. Let me check.
Which one?
Hang on, I'm going through them. Yeah, one song. It was the Trot Girls.
Oh, the first one?
Yeah.
Respect. I still gotta give that a try. Very mad I missed is that T's only triple call ever?
I think so, yeah.
I can't believe I missed it. Well, I'll listen back when I get a chance. And yeah, how about the past 2 weeks? Please clap. Everyone give it up for the past 2 weeks. Ooh-wee. So yeah, let me run over a little bit of that because I have opinions always. Odd Eye Circle bodied it. Is it girlfriend? Doesn't have to be girlfriend. It's these 3 girls and a whole new chapter of their lives, And I think that song and video really hits its stride with the bridge and last chorus. They really do something there. And Kimberly Lippington. Oh my. Yeah. And then I'm really mad I missed T talking about NMIXX Roller Coaster because I really want to hear what she has to say about that because that it's so like, it sounds like instrumentally it could almost be like a Disclosure song,
I don't know about that one, but sure.
I mean, better perhaps. I mean, not that Disclosure doesn't have good songs. Matter of fact, Disclosure actually just put out a song called Higher Than Ever Before. Thought it was quite good. But that's neither here nor there. But you didn't like that one? You didn't like Roller Coaster?
You'll hear it on the call, but like.
Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's fine. Like I can recap it a bit. Like I'm a hypocrite because I was like, give them normal songs and then they'll be great. And then they did a normal song and I was like, oh man, I kind of miss them being a punching bag. So there was that. But it's fine. It's just really over the time and really kind of indistinct from a lot of the trend at the moment.
Indistinct. I thought it was really memorable. And
it sounds like
choreo,
everything else
amazing.
at the moment.
Well, yes. I mean, I was the one in the chat just earlier after the Jungkook song dropped,
Yeah.
talking about how much the industry is just, who knows garage?
They've just
Who can do
unilaterally decided
garage?
it's garage time, but like boring garage.
Yeah, and it's funny because that's just absolutely what is happening. It's not even a joke. Like all of their
Well, I think
execs are.
you know what the issue though is that Hype owns so much now that they can just decide garage is the thing, and then everyone is pumping out because they're all under their umbrella. Like,
Yeah,
it's the problem.
everyone will inevitably say it's the new jeansification of the K-pop industry.
Like
And,
it used to at least take a few months for everyone to catch on that like a trend was a trend. Like people would still be putting out stuff that's all kinds of different shit, but now it's literally like on a weekly basis they can be like, right, this is the new thing, we're all doing this, and then suddenly that's all you hear. It's very weird.
Yeah, it's wild. I wonder, have we hit peak density or is it still to come? We'll see. But yeah, and then y'all covered Super Shy. What'd you think of that one? Oh, wait, let me guess. My guess is that you were like, what's the point? Like something like it just didn't do anything, and then it.
Yeah,
in
me and
one
T
ear, not
both
the
were
other.
like that. We both were like, what is the point of this fucking song? It stays the same the whole way through. It's boring.
Okay, well, it's
Yeah,
It's
T
super shy,
was
super
T was
cute.
almost like a little bit more cruel than I was to that one, you know.
T is cooking my poor imitation. Yeah.
But she
it's
was just
poor.
like for a while they've been winding down of like how much creativity they have, and now they've just hit like rock bottom. It's the same, like all the time. It's just
Ian's mad at
dull.
me for doing a mid-show recap of the show. You can just look at the vote history. Okay, I'm sorry.
Look, all right,
I'm so sorry.
let him go off. He's like starting doing the sentencing history this week, so let him off. You know, we don't want to drive him off of doing that. We need this.
No.
I need all the free labor I can get, dude.
Yeah. I'm clearly the offender here, but let me try to move a little bit. But while we're talking about Newjeans, did y'all talk about ETA at all?
No, it's not out yet.
Oh my god! All right, well then, yeah, we'll get there when we get there. When they get there. Oh my god! Next week is gonna be crazy. We got, iChillin's back next Wednesday.
I don't have any hype for them anymore.
Fair.
Last
honestly.
few releases
The
have
past-
been so like shite that I'm just like not into it anymore.
Yeah.
That last one was like an insult. Like I hated that song.
I mean, especially it was like Siren and then Alarm.
Yeah.
And it's like, what's the next one going to be called?
Klaxon.
Foghorn. That would be a pretty tight sample, actually. I could see a Foghorn one going kind of crazy. But I'm sorry. I'm trying to bring multiple songs and I'm beating around the bush. So the first one, we go over a lot of new releases and we talk about how they end up doing a lot of the same things or they follow trends. And this one, it feels a little abnormal.
Okay.
But abnormal would be too normal of a word to use for it. It's more abnormal than abnormal. It's
Ooh. Weird.
normal. Yeah, so I'm bringing on one from a new girl group called Queen's Eye with a Z, with a Z. Sorry.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
And yeah, new girl group, Unnormal. Let's hit it.
Yeah, let's do it. Unnormal. Queen's Eye. Here we go.
Hey you 하면 돼 널 눈빛 볼 수가 있는 걸 말하지 않아도 알아 우연은 없어 이상은 없는 걸 새로운 감정을 나에게 알려줘 Serendipity 나의 너 같은 건 절대 취향이 아니야 패션도 음악도 사랑도 평범한 사람 평범한 결말 못 믿어 I'm on no more 비겁한 사랑보다는 눈물 흘리는 진심을 원해 I don't know 널 아주 tryna love I don't know 널 아주 tryna love 에이, 난 이걸 너무너무 원해 너란 사람을 택해 가끔 이상한 만큼 널 내 안에 숨겨해내지 우린 더 뭘 더 알아갈 게 없는데 넌 뭐 이리저리 Can't you feel my heart 내 그는 radish 이게 사랑이라면 다 you're ready 다시 말해 baby 더 이상 crazy yeah I bet you wanna play back 너 같은 건 절대 취향이 아니야 패션도 음악도 사랑도 평범한 사람 평범한 결말 못 믿어 I'm on no more 비겁한 사람보다는 눈물 흘리는 진심을 원해 네 fantasy 설명이 부족해 너와 내 감정의 chemistry Oh what is going on 어설픈 운명에 장난은 그만해 너는 나의 맘을 채워줘 너 같은 건 절대 취향이 아니야 패션도 음악도 사랑도 평범한 사람 평범한 결말 못 믿어 I'm on no more 비겁한 사랑보다는 눈물 흘리는 진심을 원해 I don't know 널 아주 tryna love I don't know 널 아주 tryna love
Okay, Swither. Are they queens to you or only in their eyes?
fashion도 음악도 they bodied this. My goodness. Yeah, they're queens. Of course they're queens. You can see it in their eyes.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, so at first when I heard this song, I was super into the palette, like just the sonic, palette,
Yeah.
the choices. And I ended up being a little underwhelmed. I was like, oh, a really good palette, but it could have done more. But then after seeing a live performance of it and listening to it a couple more times, I was like, what am I talking about? It doesn't need to do any more than it does. It's like it really feels like a summer heat jam. Like I feel like I could be doing some serious work with this in the background. It's got like a sort of boom bap sort of percussion palette and that little string sample. Honestly, it's giving me Madlib vibes. The producer Madlib for like Freddie Gibbs and MF Doom, and
This is a world I'm not involved in, but sure.
Okay, well, yeah, similar sensibility of like using, almost like warm, rusty sounding, like string samples, and I don't know, really cool palette. Really liked it, and then this time around, I really appreciated that understated bridge a lot. It really just, yeah, really tasteful. I like a very, very vocal forward. Pretty much the only thing under it is a couple light chord pads in the bridge. Really nicely done, not done. The choreo pretty good. They're hitting some body rolls.
Oh yeah,
like crazy. Yeah, an incredibly swaggy song, and they really sold it on the only live performance of it I've seen, and that is really what, made me down with it. What do you think?
So this is my favorite song of the show, pretty comfortably. I think this is really great. Like, this song is awesome. There's like such good instrumental choices. Like, they have great little horn sample in there, bit of strings,
that trumpet at the end. Yeah,
little pads. It's just really nicely done. They didn't get fourth gen. Yes, voices. We can hear voices. It's a miracle.
Real talk. Yeah. It does feel like, I could imagine hearing this performed live and it not sounding drastically different if they do it well.
Yeah. The only live that I tried to watch, they weren't singing at all, but that's to be expected.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Hopefully they get a chance.
Hopefully they actually, sing because they're singers. But that's not the job anymore, apparently. But yeah, I watched this last night before our unit watch along with T, and at one point in the song, she was trying to say one of them's got a nice voice, and I misheard her and thought she said they got nice boobs, and like for the next like couple of minutes, she was like, she has got nice boobs actually, and then like there was like 2 minutes of us like trying to identify if one of them had a boob job or not. So it was a very weird listening experience, but it's a really good song, and yeah, that anecdote still makes me laugh a little bit.
Yeah, I like that you all had to. I like imagining both of you all separately leaning into your screens trying to determine the chemical composition of this girl.
It was like that. The song was playing and we were chatting, and I was like, God, an eye tracker would go crazy here. It was wild.
T eye tracked, but I also like imagining that in your accent you're mistaking the word voice for boob. Like, do you all say it voibes?
Well, because T's mic is not like the most amazing thing in the world sometimes, so like
true.
Things get muffled and go weird, and you're like, oh, what, boobs, what? Like, it's a weird one.
Maybe it's a little Freudian on your end, but we'll let it slide.
Sure. But yeah, I think this song's great. I really enjoy it. It went straight on the playlist like immediately within like 30 seconds of it starting. So
tight.
Very impressive. Really, and then I was like, fuck, where do I know Queenz are from? Then I listened to their debut again and was like, oh, it's the Hey Girls Kill Me Go or whatever the fuck it is that sucks.
Hey Queenz, can we go?
Yeah, this is definitely their arrival for sure.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping they stick with this producer or whatever. I'm hoping I hope that this does well, so they get some good KPIs back on this one.
Yeah. Do you know who produced it?
I don't. I really am dropping the ball on that one.
That's all good.
But y'all caught me off guard with. Well, not off guard. You said exactly when the show would be, but
yeah, your fault, really, mate.
Hey, I had obligations, but I didn't have time to prepare after getting back from work. But yeah, I really enjoyed this. I hope that we hear more of that palette, and just big props. Never has a K-pop group evoked Mad Lib to me, and then to really just sell it and like, yeah, there's nothing glaring that like sours this patch.
Yeah, I mean the only thing that's like not amazing is there's like there's a verse that's like the two rappers passing it off between them, and they got some like something weird going on with their voices there. That's like the only part where there's like some sus production, but the rest of the song just sounds amazing. So I don't really care.
Real talk.
I can let that off. We didn't even mention they're in front of your house again.
Yeah, and we get a very similar perspective at one point to the dream walking. But yeah, so I'm getting more and more picky with my guests. So now forward, the people coming through the Paradise Diner are going to be.
Hang on though, didn't I Chillin' do that really god awful last song in front of the Paradise Diner?
Okay, but you can't just cut off your friends for one misdeed. Okay, we're all about.
It's been several with I Chillin'. Come on,
cutting off toxic people out of your life and that sort of thing. But okay,
so why are they not cutting off these fucking awful producers that make everyone sound like shit?
That's what I'm saying.
Those are toxic people.
I'm gonna give them a chance to do that before I uninvite them from my get-togethers at the Paradise Diner. That would just be so cold. But okay, yeah, this was great, and it's
Yep.
really grown on me. I hope it grows on me more, and it really feels good for the moment. Like it feels like a Dog Days of Summer type thing. And you know, it's an interesting type of summer song because when you say summer song, you usually think of pool party, effusive,
Right.
like yeah, dance the night away type beat.
Yeah.
But this is like I don't know, like going to work outside or something, or
Yeah,
you know,
I
just
don't usually
sitting on the
comment.
porch.
I don't usually comment on outfits, but this girl with the short hair in the bright white top, I'm loving that outfit. Looks great.
Yeah, there's some good outfits. I don't really love the bucket hat one,
No,
but
no, they can
everything,
get the bin.
yeah, but everything else I'm mostly quite with. Yeah,
Yeah,
and the mechanic outfits pretty tight, like that too.
overalls. I bet they can't like do an oil change, but whatever.
Oh, why you feel the need to say that? Huh?
I don't know those type of nails. Like you're gonna fuck something up trying to get a filter out with that. That's no
and
good.
I'm also I'm noticing the Tims. Yeah, they're really going for it.
Yeah.
Clearly, this has more room to grow on me because yeah, I'm getting more into it as we just watch it back.
The body roll's great too. I'm getting like sister flashbacks.
Yeah, they're doing it, and I believe they are all adults. Not that
What a relief.
I know for sure, but and not that should be like we shouldn't be so surprised.
We shouldn't be cheering that. That should be a baseline. But this is K-pop.
Yeah,
It's like one of the worst industries around.
Yeah. But yeah, so they're killing it. Mad props. Godspeed. So next up, I have. I'm not going to transition, but I'm just going to say, if the other one was if Unnormal was for hanging on the porch after you've just done some extremely difficult manual labor in the hot sun, then this one is for like the morning of summer conditioning, and you need something to make you believe in yourself. You're getting out there at dawn, and you're getting after it. You're sprinting through the fog. This one is Itzy's sort of pre-release. It's the first of their 3 music videos that they have for this cycle. That is very exciting. It's called Bet on Me.
Okay, after that incredibly evocative intro, here we go. Itzy's Bet on Me.
나도 잘 알아 큰 소리 쳐봐도 나에게는 아직은 아무것도 없다는 걸
잠 못 드는 새벽 또 혼자인 느낌 벗어나고 싶은 걸 계속 깊어가는 미로 눈을 감고 dreaming 머릿속에 그려보지 흐릿하게 보이는 빛 달려가 보고 싶어 Run, run, run 나에게 Trust me 말을 해보지만 Do I believe me 아직은 모르겠지만 내 안에 들려오는 목소리를 따라갈래 그래도 Choose me 날 믿어볼 수밖에야 Bet on me 두렵긴 해도 그래도 떨어질 용기 없인 절대로 될 수 없으니
Trying to win every time every game that we play Wanna win then I gotta lose some days 그래 넘어지겠지만 뭐 어때 또 일어나지 it's okay
두려움 다 지워 눈앞에 다가올 내일만 생각해 Hey 세상 I hope you're nice to me But if you're not gonna still be real to me It's true 넘어지고 또 넘어지겠지만 많이 끝까지 서 있겠지만 그래도 I want to choose me 다시 한번 dreaming 손을 뻗지 저기 멀리 손끝에 잡힐 듯한 빛 줄 건 나뿐이니까 나에게 trust me 말을 해보지만 좋아 believe me 아직은 모르겠지만 내 안에 들려오는 목소리를 따라갈래 그래도 I choose me 날 믿어볼 수밖에야 외로운 me 두렵긴 해도 그래도 떨어질 용기 없인 절대로 날 수 없으니
Okay, Swither, are you betting on Itzy?
Do I believe me? Yeah, I'm betting on them. I'm betting on them imminently. The promo pics for this era are looking crazy. And the fact that their title track is called Cake, it's gonna go crazy. It's gonna go crazy. Yeah, so this I really like. This is a big change of pace for them in my view. I saw some JYP zone types people describing this as Itzy's feel special sort of moment in terms of emotionality. Let me
Nah.
just say real quick, no, it's not quite. It's not feel special.
It's a
special.
pre-release,
It's not
come
special.
on.
But just in the sense that this is emotionally earnest. It's the same message across their other songs, but this is in a more tender way. And I do like the vulnerability of, do I believe me when I say that I can do this? When I say that I'm a good person? That when I say that I am who I am, do I believe me? I really like it. And I have a question. How much distance, how much total distance do you think that these girls covered during the filming of this music video?
Oh, what, running through the train?
Well, if you didn't notice, this music video is virtually all running. I mean, there's some very brief breaks, but they are.
Hey, Chaeyoung gets to walk above a railway track. She
Yeah,
gets a
because
little bit of
Chaeyoung-
she's getting a bit of high intensity interval training going up there. It's all good.
Well, yeah, they put their best walker.
She actually is walking for quite a
for the
long time
walking
here,
parts.
while several hundreds of copies of her are doing pirouettes.
Yes, and that was a beautiful little moment. Great little Chaeyoung moment, and it's for the bridge. That's why she's walking.
Oh, okay.
Because you got to get back.
Leah gets
running
to
once
sit
that
with her
chorus comes in.
teddy bear.
Ooh. But yeah, they're running so much in this that you can actually do, if you're a physical therapist or something like that, you could really do some good analysis of what are their running styles? Who knows how to run? Who might be an athlete? And it appears that Yeji is running all arms. She's
very flappy arm. Very flappy.
She's running like she grew up watching Naruto.
They beat all out to the back if she grew up watching Naruto.
Oh yeah, you're right. Naruto.
She's doing it like she's about to break into the birdie dance. That's what she's running like.
Okay, but it does appear that Yuna has pretty good running form. Perhaps she a track star. And Chaeyoung, she can walk, she can run. You know how I am with that girl. She can do it. Yeah, it's just an earnest, nice song, and I think they have some good vocal moments. They have some good harmonies. Are we going to hear those harmonies live? Probably not. But I thought it was quite sweet. And it does make me excited for the next K-pop Olympics. Isaac, I want to see Yeji busting this out. And after they've done all this conditioning for this music video, I mean, imagine they just say oh, sorry, you tripped a little bit, run that back. And Yeji's just like, all right. Going back across
I don't
the
get
bridge.
fucking paid enough for this shit. Puts a cigarette down.
They covered some land. They covered some serious land. Also, a totally nothing detail, but something that I appreciated was just at the beginning, the way that they produce and gate the audio on Ryujin's slippers going towards the door lock. I think JYP does this sometimes. They do a good job of having good audio production on the MV bits of the intro, and I know you hate that, so it's
Oh, yeah.
not anything for you. But I thought it was a nice touch for whatever reason. And speaking of JYP, last night I did just watch the first 30-minute episode of his show, audition show of America to Korea.
Oh god.
And they go to Dallas and Chicago, and it's just, you know, JYP speaking all English, judging mostly American girls, and
It can't be good, surely.
Oh, first off, you do not watch it for your own health. Do not watch it, because there are some of these auditions where the auto tune on it is so insane. The auto tune on the audition, it's like,
Is it like I Chill in backing track level auto tune?
it's literally worse. Like, you can just
How? How
you
could
can
it be
hear the
worse than that?
auto-tune- You can hear the auto tune fluttering between like a bunch of notes that you
Oh,
can tell
no.
even being like, it's terrible. It's
Oh.
really appalling. But the real thing to watch it for is JYP. You know, we've talked about how much I at least have loved when he did that. He put out his song and then was roasting people's choreo covers.
Oh, it's the best.
on
It's the
his
best.
IG, flaming him. And here in this show, these girls come on, you know, they try, and this one girl, he just straight up, he says like, well, you lack any skill, but you don't have any skill. and he's saying it with a smile, and he passes her on. He gives her like the pendant to move on. He's like, it's just like, it's wild. So there's definitely some legendary moments that we'll have to
He's
clip,
really out here
but
just picking names out of a hat for who's gonna pass.
the reasoning ends up kind of making sense for what he's going for, but
Oh my god.
the extent to which he can just look at these girls right in the eye with this JYP smile and just be like, well, you're a mess. You lack skill. You really are going to struggle to make it. But, you know, you go ahead. give it your best try.
But
Come
we
to
had a
LA
certain
with me.
quota of people we had to get from this audition, and you're the last one performing.
Yeah, I mean, it feels very American Idol, but he's trying to be
God.
all three judges.
I do wonder
Yeah.
though, what the hell is the point of having like an audition show if you're then going to auto-tune the auditions? The whole point is you're
That was-
judging whether people are any good. Like, it's less.
Yeah.
What is the
that's what
point?
it was frustrating me deeply. I mean, I imagine they're trying to protect the girls, but I think that
But it doesn't do that because it
counterproductive.
sounds so
It doesn't.
cartoonishly stupid that you're then like, oh, they
Yeah.
definitely can't sing then.
Yeah. And I wouldn't be roasting it or bringing it up if there was just some like messy vocal moments, because of course
That's going to
you know,
happen.
But once you do this, it becomes, you know, a different level of spectacle. Like, that is some of the worst auto tune I have.
Now
ever.
I'm going to have to look up some of the auditions from this. You do know this, right?
Dude, your blood is going to boil.
I feel like at this point I'm just going to laugh. Like, the way you've explained it, it's just so funny.
Perhaps. We'll see. Get back to me on that. But
but yeah, back to Itzy, right? I didn't say anything about this song, did I?
yeah, go ahead.
I was very intrigued by this song because this is not like anything else Itzy have ever done. So I was like, oh, they actually got some range. They're doing something different. This is nice. This makes a welcome change. And like, it's very rare that I get flashbacks to when Brave Sound was pumping out good songs, but some of the vocal layering in this is like impressively well done. Like, there's some really, really nice like harmonies, like low down in the mix in parts of it, just backing up the lead.
Yes.
And it sounds really, really nice. But then the song just doesn't really do anything. It just stays in the same lane like pretty much the whole time. So it's like kind of a sad waste of what could have been. You know, this could have been really great if they'd actually like bothered making it have any like rises or dips in intensity, but it just kind of stayed the same the whole way through.
I think it really is focused in the way that I view it. Like, I agree that, you know, it doesn't do, you know, it's not in my view, is not overproduced. It's not overdone. It really, they make clear what this is for. This is for struggling and believing in yourself while you're running specifically. This is a jogging song, and the beat is just that, like, sort of almost Euro beat, like
Yeah, but it's kind of like almost an anti-drop as well, like the chorus. So I don't know how you're gonna run to an anti-drop, but
believe me. And Jed Young, some of those vocals, so amazing. Yeah, no, I think maybe if you heard this in the right context, you could actually be, because if you're appreciating the harmony layers that they put in, then I think if you had the right moment with this, it could maybe strike.
I don't know. I just don't think it does enough. If it had a little bit more to it, I'd be into it, I think. But as it is, it's just not quite there.
Sure.
It's a shame if they bring forward like the good vocal layering and then put that onto a more interesting song. I'll be well in there. I'll be like all in. I'll be super up for it. It's going to be like Dalla Dalla all over again, where I'm actually into Itzy. But it's been a very long time since I've been really into Itzy. So we'll see. But they're always up against it a little bit, because I don't think that their vocals are all that. I don't really like them that much. It's always a little bit too high and a bit too shrill for me. But yeah, those like lower harmonies were really nice. So please bring those forward, Itzy. I know you don't control it, but whoever's producing, please bring those forward.
Yeah, and I think we got some strong producers, I think, on the next two songs they have coming up. So let's hope that they don't fumble the bag. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I'll not. Yeah, I'm done talking about this. But are you down for a little positivity recap?
Yeah,
thing?
try not to do too many songs, because we still got to do stuff next week. I know we've had a lot of good stuff recently, but we don't know if this week's going to deliver. So
okay. Well then, yeah, I'll talk about stuff that can't be brought on first, because I'll first just say the British Isles have had a good week. Y'all have some good stuff coming out. I already mentioned that new Disclosure song that I thought was pretty good. But by far the most important drop of the past week for me was my day one. My girl Hannah Diamond dropped her song Affirmations. Please, y'all, give it a try. Please stream this song. It's produced with her and David Gamson, very important figure from like way back in electronic music production. He was in Scritti Politti, and he's produced for a lot of bigger people. Surprisingly interesting and formative figure, and it's just an amazing song. Hannah Diamond just is on the mark every time, and I'm obsessed with her. But also Pink Panther is the girl that one could make a pretty compelling argument has started that whole. You could definitely make an argument that she was the impetus behind this whole two-step moment in K-pop. I think because she predates the Newjeans bit, and one could also make the argument that Newjeans picked the sort of shy, cute, but dancey thing up from the popularity of Pink Panthers. But that's an argument. But yeah, her song Pink Panthers, Turn Your Phone Off, quite good as well. And I just want to say, yeah, I really liked the OAC album. It was going to be really fraught, given what it was following up, and ended up, some of those songs really gave me that warmth and that mystery that I felt a while ago. And the fact that there aren't any real stinkers on the album, they're all pretty good. And they do a little mix pop on that My Secret playlist with that
Oh, God.
bridge. Try it out if you haven't heard it. Yeah, and the other ones were some things that probably could be covered, but I will say also your boy Samuel So. I heard 2 of those songs, quite good. You know, very creative, very imaginative production and arrangement. You know, you got taste, man. You got taste.
Unfortunately, no one in the community does because no one brought it, even though I like dropped a pretty hefty hint. Someone should bring it.
To bring it.
But you know, we've all got to talk about these songs that I fucking don't like instead. You know, it's way more entertaining.
But there's no video, man. And
I don't care, man. I'm all about the music. Just give me good music, please. Songs that don't have people that sound like they've been put through a fucking meat grinder. It'd be nice. You know, I mean, you did that with Queen's Eye, but you know, most of this, I was just like, why are they ruining everything?
You know, there's been some really good songs on this show today, and I'm definitely gonna learn the NMIXX roller coaster choreo because going down, going up with you move so cold. Who thought that someone could come up with a new roller coaster based dance move that would be so fresh and so clean, and then they did it. And yeah, I guess nobody brought on Newjeans self-titled Newjeans, which I'm just thinking about because I said
it's so not fresh, a full song. T would have preferred to bring that, but because it's not a full song, she couldn't really do it.
Yeah, it seems like it's just for like opening up a concert, you know, being the intro song. Like, oh, they're stepping out, you know, new hair, new tee, new jeans. Yeah, it's good for that, but it's not a full song. I hope they don't dedicate to the whole short song thing because, you know, a short song has its place, but, you know, come on. Newjeans has some great full-length songs. But yeah, and then, yeah, this next week, we got iChillin' and we got Newjeans dropping on the same day as the new the Oppenheimer movie and the Barbie movie. So next Friday is going to be a cultural moment. So yeah, I'm looking forward to all that. You got anything on the horizon?
Not on the horizon so much, but I got positivity.
Let's go.
Yeah, since I've been lacking on that in the show, I should probably deliver it now. So at one point in my life, my favorite band in the world, Block Party, released a new song which I didn't like that much, but then I realized that they had released something a few months ago, a song called High Life, which I really enjoy.
Are you ready for the high life? For things to go our way? Are you ready for the big time? Turn night into day. Are you ready for the high life? For things to go our way? Are you on? 'Cause I'm on.
So I've been bumping the shit out of that. That's great. All you band people, listen to that because it's way fucking better than all the band stuff in K-pop. Please. Yeah, other than that, we've got I Don't Need a New Woo. Girl, I'll be so taken by you. Romeo.
I don't need a new ooh. Girl, I feel so taken by you. And I know I played myself on time or two. Ooh. But now I don't have eyes for anyone. And I don't need a new ooh. Girl, I feel so taken by you. Ooh. And I know I played myself on time or two. Ooh. But now I don't have eyes for anyone.
Loving that song. Absolute banger.
Oh,
Obsessed.
yeah.
That album is gonna be the album of the year. There's no way it isn't. Everything they've released from it so far is fucking incredible. So this is gonna be unreal, this album. I can't wait.
Yeah, I'm excited too. I
It's
mess with
so
Chromeo.
good. So
And
good.
They've been on it for so long. I remember having some Chromeo on my iPod just forever ago as a child. So they really have stuck with their guns for whole time. Mad respect.
They've been like a
and
newer
yeah,
discovery for me as well. I only really got turned on to them like last year.
did I put you on?
I think you did.
Oh,
They
that's
weren't really a thing over
crazy.
here, I don't think. I don't remember them ever being popular over here, so they just kind of passed me by. And then you were like, oh, what about this song called Bluetooth? And I was like, oh, it's so good! And then I dove down the rabbit hole of Chromeo. And now I'm a big Chromeo fan. So thanks for that. Appreciate that.
You're absolutely welcome. You know, this show, if it can do anything well, it's get good songs to good people. So,
Yeah.
And that just made me remember for some reason, I don't know why. Yeah, you were saying something about a band or band groups, and I heard this sort of punky song by this group called Fishing Girls.
Yeah. So someone we used to have in the community called Jump Cut. Some of us will remember. She was big favorite of ours back in the day. We love her. She now does a podcast called the Kpop Hot Sheet, I think. Let me check that. Pretty sure that's the name of it. But she was a huge Fishing Girls fan. So as soon as I saw that you'd posted that, I was like, oh my god, I need to check up on her. So I've sent her a message. I've not got anything back yet, but good shit. We love her.
Okay, yeah.
If she hears this, Jump Cut, we love you.
Respect. But yeah, that song, real surprise, pretty cool, very high energy.
우선 지옥철 안에 갇혀 내 안에 파괴왕이 깨어난다. 이 지겨운 세상에 나와. 빵야 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 빵빵. 난 파괴왕.
And I also want to say that you posted the mid-year show, and I did every errand that I needed to do yesterday with that in the background. So I did end up making it to Granger at the end, saying, "Oh, no one's gonna hear this." I like being at the end because no one's gonna hear me to flame my opinions. I'm listening. I hear you. Yeah, I know everyone tunes out for me, but I see you. I've really been enjoying things this week, and I've been just howling cream soda. Cream soda. That is what I want from boy groups. Passion about cream soda. Yeah, I felt that. So I'm looking forward to being able to actually listen to this show when you put it out. Thanks so much for doing it. As usual, you're a hero for the amount of time and work you put into this, and your sheer endurance. I feel like maybe your bladder is growing. Are you getting better retention?
Clearly, yeah.
Yeah, so maybe it's having some sort of positive effect. But yeah, I look forward to next week. It should be big. So
let's hope so.
Have a good one.
I feel like they've splurged everything on the last 2 weeks, and we're going to have like nothing for months now. But we'll see.
Nah, July's just that month.
It's felt like Christmas for me the last couple of weeks. So I think there's going to be like a pretty big downfall now. But we'll see. There's still good shit to talk about from the last 2 weeks, so let's hope someone brings some of that on. But who knows?
Yeah, I mean,
we'll see.
I gotta get on here and talk about Misamo, but maybe if it's Japanese, they'll block it. But
they did it last time. We got away with it last time, so might be okay.
I'll try. All right. See you, Diggy. Thanks so much. Soda.
To you later.
Cream.
And he's gone. Yep, so as we close out the episode, courtesy of the wonderful Ian, I now have average scores for all of the songs that we did today. So on our scale, 1 is the absolute top, its position on the board, and then 7 is the absolute bottom, it's Esper Hell. Our winner of episode 41 is Kim Sungkyu's Small Talk, averaged a 1.25, so still a position on the board. And the lowest scorer the biggest perp, as Ian puts it. Itzy's Bet on Me, it averaged a 4.33, which is a night in the cells. I think that's kind of unjust, but whatever. It's the lowest score, so into the cell you go, Itzy, unfortunately. And that is the end for another week. Good one. Hopefully we'll be back with another normal show next week. We'll see. We got shitloads of specials coming up. Like we gotta have a special for Infinite when they come back. We gotta have a 1-year anniversary quiz show, which we are doing, and it's gonna be so much work. But I'm committed to the fact that we are doing this show because it's gonna be great. I can't wait for that one. And other than that, we've also eventually in August you're gonna have my 10-year anniversary as a K-pop fan, where one of you wonderful people is going to interview me. Probably Gachi is probably going to interview me, and I'll do my 5 important songs. So, stay tuned. There is good shit cooking. It's going to be good times on this show in the next month or so. It's going to be a really fun time. But yes, see you next week, listeners.